Welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody, and along with my long-distance bestie Amanda, we live to break down all the things we love to hate. Each week, we scour TV, TikTok, and pop culture and deliver you our unfiltered, snarky takes on everything. Take a moment to subscribe on YouTube so you catch all our live streams and shows, and follow the links in the banner to subscribe to our free weekly podcast and 2 Patreon shows, We Love to Hate TV and Total Request Podcast, where you request the shows and we break them down. Once subscribed, you have instant access to our massive library of hundreds of past shows and recaps. We promise you'll love it. And listen, we're all friends here, so let us hear from you in the comments. We love getting to know you, and we hope you enjoy the show. All right, let's go. Hello, and welcome to We Love to Hate Everything. I'm Jody. Oh, we can't hear you. It's always
And
one
I am Amanada, the name bestowed upon me by Aurora and her bad spelling skills. Not spell the name Amanda. Welcome, everyone, and happy Monday and happy Thanksgiving. Hello.
Thanksgiving. I'm wearing a little game day sweater because, let's go sports. And I just feel like it's very appropriate for Sister Wives Mondays. It is game day.
It is game day, damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing kind of a slutty shirt. It's a little peekaboo.
Ooh, a little peekaboo neck.
Boys, please. I'm working.
I can see Christine wearing a little bit of that, as we're going to talk about in today's episode, all the hot topics in Browntown. But Christine and Janelle went on a little media blitz, tour, and Christine had an off the shoulder, a little strapless on one side.
I want someone to gift her with just a fitting. Or a stylist, just like these are the kind of clothes and bra you should be wearing. She's got a good body.
I need to do that as well. But listen, we have all things brown today. Coming up in Hot Topics, we are going to be talking about Love is Blind, Saturday Night Live, the movie Saturday night, the documentary from South Park creators, Casa, Bonita, Amor, a little bit of Housewives, updates. Oh, tons of good stuff. Anything before housekeeping today, Amanda?
Really quick, Justine, I believe, asked, did you guys coordinate your hairstyle? No, in fact, we were both bitching at each other before jumping on about how we hate our hair. And Jody's like, I look like a poodle. And I was like, I do too. And then we came on and we had the exact same hairstyle.
Yeah.
I think that the hair I'm going, well, I wasn't going for it, but it turned out is when in the Wizard of Oz movie, when they go in the merry old land of Oz, when they get their makeovers and Judy Garland's hair switches from braids to this. Can you even dye my eyes to match my gown?
My hair? Right? Isn't there something like my hair? Something in my hair?
My gown? Jolly old town.
Oh, okay. God, you're so good.
Oh, puppy. Oh, the puppy update. Here she is. Oh, there she is.
She's in Walter's bed.
Whiskey. Yeah, Walter is over here sulking now. Even though there's a whole other bed for him. So he's really milking this. He's acting very Cody during COVID about this.
Oh God, that 99-degree temperature, as we're gonna talk about this week, right?
Let's get into some hot topics. But
really, wait. Before that, real quick, coming up this week on Patreon.
Housekeeping. That's what I meant to say. Housekeeping. God, this is a disaster.
Oh no, that's okay. We are getting to all of our favorite seasons, Polygamaximus Wedding, and we are on season 12, episode 2, Groomzilla, where Tony does
a good episode. And I kind of rewatched the beginning to make sure this was the episode, but we go in for about half an hour on these pictures that were sent to us that are available online, but we don't put up the pictures, but they are findable if you just kind of know school districts and addresses and stuff. But you can find pictures of Ariella in her classroom, and the pictures tell just so many stories.
They tell a story.
They tell several stories.
Mm-hmm. All of which are verified by what we're seing on the episodes.
Oh yeah, everything tracks. That's how we're going to be sending a gift basket to the teachers at Ariella's school.
Yeah. They deserve it.
This is
why teachers need summers off. We're also covering on Total Request Podcast a classic episode of Catfish. You all know it. It's Antoine and Carmen, and as some of you know, Neve is my nemesis. I just, don't like him. And actually, you found out after we recorded the episode, there's allegedly, right, something not so great that Neve did.
Oh yeah,
Allegedly.
what was that? Was it like Trisha Paytas or something? I saw something. My computer keeps falling down. What was it that he like beat someone? He beat a girl.
He like punched a girl in the face in college, allegedly. Well, there's that.
Look, I don't put that past any man. All right, yeah.
That's true. And we're going to be talking about this more a little bit later, but we did an episode of Girl Dinner where we put together our ultimate SNL cast.
This is a good one. 2 hours long, baby.
Episode 1 all the way to present. And wow.
We go through every single cast member.
That was work.
It was work. And I will tell you, somebody, I think it was Holly in the comments, was like, oh, who's that guy that Amanda and Jody love so much? I can't stand him, and I hope he's not on the list or something.
Oh,
is it Kyle Mooney? Because you might not be thrilled with the result.
Oh, well, I mean, I think
it's our list.
Biggest fan. Yeah.
I would be, the way we, like, I would not just have a crush on him. I would pine over him. It would encompass my life if I was in the cast with him. I do pine over him, and I don't even know.
We already have come up with like such a great backstory of the type of man he is, knowing zero about him whatsoever.
He's been on 2 Doughboys episodes, so I've heard him just like kind of banter for a good 4 hours.
Yeah, you know him. Okay, so let's get into this week's episode, but first, let's talk about the cover. So,
yeah.
Okay, so I saw the episode. I was like, oh, okay. Well, we got to go with like a Veruca Salt. I want it all from Robin. She's got to have everything of everything. She's a bad egg. You sent me something. You're like, oh, can you put something like this together? And I was like,
no, I didn't say that. I said I made this, but
okay.
You have to. My computer keeps falling down. I said, but you have to make one because I know no one will get this. But this is always the reference I think of when Cody's talking about gossip. So if you can throw it, and I just want to see if anyone gets this.
Okay, so we won't say anything at all.
Does anyone get this?
Explain this for listeners who are listening, not watching.
Okay, so it is a priest, a Catholic priest, wearing green, and he's giving a homily, and Cody Brown's face is on it, and what he's ending out his monologue, and it says, and that, said Father O'Rourke, is gossip. Okay, so someone did immediately. Alicia got it. It's okay. So the movie Doubt it's a yearly watch for me. It is so good. And but
I have seen that. I don't remember vividly scenes, but yes, I know I saw it.
So like everyone's accusing, or Meryl Streep and Amy Adams think that Philip Seymour Hoffman is like touching the boys, and they kind of indicate that, and then he's all pissy, but since he has the power, he like makes this homily about like what gossip is and how like a woman stabbed a pillow so that feathers flew everywhere, and he's like, now go collect all those feathers, and she's like, you can't, all the feathers are everywhere, I don't know where any of them went, they're all over the world. And he goes, and that, said Father O'Rourke, is gossip. And then he slams his book shut, and then it cuts to Meryl Streep in the audience, and she's like, it's just like a really good moment. And I always think of that when Cody's like, gossip. It's just very intense. So anyway, that's why we didn't use it as the actual one, because I knew no one
I wanted to get it, and I was thinking in my mind, I'm like, God, it's not like marriage, what brings us together. I was like, nope, not that.
Hey, look, a couple people got, a bunch of people got it. Great.
Okay.
We nailed it. All right.
Love it.
What else?
A little check-in from me. The other day, I got really excited because I do my daily, New York Times puzzles. I like my Wordle. I like the crossword, connections, strands. I really like
I
now.
don't do strands. Connections I can really fucking get on a groove with sometimes.
Okay, let's start sharing them with each other.
We should.
Yeah.
I haven't done them in a while, but I'll get back on there.
I hate spelling bee. I hate it.
Yeah, I
like
don't do that.
connecting the.
I'm not
but I
good. I've
can't.
never been good at word searches or anything like that, where you like anything where you
Oh,
like look at something and try to make words out of it. My brain does not work like that.
well, if you find just random words, even that don't fit the clue, they'll give you clues.
Oh.
So like, and okay, anyway, there was a Wordle and it was like connections. And the very first thing, I've never completed a first Wordle, like a first try as quickly as I did with this one and immediately sent it to you. Let us know if anyone else caught this. It is.
This isn't Wordle though. This is connections.
Connections, sorry. Yeah, New York
Okay.
Times connections. Create 4 groups of 4 like words that fit the theme, and right away, Bubbles, George, King Kong, and Coco
Yeah,
are
you
of
sent
course
it to me and then wrote Travis.
famous primates. yeah, yeah. Except where was Travis?
I don't
No, what's his name? Oh my God,
Tonka.
what's his name? Tonka.
Tonk.
Come on, Tonk. So I was just really happy about that. If anyone else got it right away, we're just like, twin flames, kindred spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of kindred spirits, I convinced you before we started recording today to go ahead and watch this. It is this season's Love is Blind, season 7. I am so into this season because there are, per usual with me, there are just people I don't like. I just deeply, deeply do not like them. One of them, right off the bat, was this dude, Steven.
Okay, I keep seeing all of these come up on my TikTok, so we don't like him, right?
Oh, no. And from the very first time he came on, I was like, oh, this guy is smarmy. He's gross. He's so fake and phony. He told his girl, Monica, she is a woman of color. And at one point when they're in the pods, this is not a spoiler, he says like he did his genealogy, or someone in his family took a 23andMe, and it turns out like his great grandparent was Ugandan, or was like, from Africa. So he's whatever that ends up being, 1/8 or 1/16 black. And then somehow that fraction, I don't know if anyone else got this, somehow that fraction got whittled down to him being 3/5 black, which is not a thing, but okay. I'm like, is this a 3/5 compromise that they're linking it with? Anyway, they're together. He's very fake, phony. He starts getting icky. You can tell that he's not here for the right reason. And in the last episode, spoiler, she sees on his phone and catches on that he's been talking to other people about like
yes, I did see
weird,
this. Where he was at a
kinky
sleep
shit.
study, and he said he was at a sleep study with his phone, right? Yeah.
All 3 things
Yeah.
would never happen at a sleep
Yeah.
study. You're drunk with your phone.
Yeah, they literally attach vitals like to you.
Yeah.
They send you home immediately.
I mean, just all of this is so ridiculous. It's such a I won't even say I'm probably a pathological liar, but just sociopathic. And then we also find out that he like doesn't have a job for 2 weeks. I think he's an electrician or something. So his foreman said that he's not going to have work for a couple weeks. And she's like, oh, I mean, that's okay. Like we can cover us. And then this thing happens, and she asked him, he's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go. I'm really sorry. And she's like, the only thing I will ask you to do is to Venmo me for the last 3 days, things that I've been picking up for you. And he's like, okay. And she's like, if you could do that right now before you leave, that would be great. And I was like,
yeah, I did
God,
see that.
As much as she kind of annoys me, it was just so good. And for any person who's been wronged, anytime you see someone else who can like carry through and get their karma, you feel it for
Oh,
yourself too.
yeah.
So I loved that moment.
Isn't that what we're all waiting for when we're watching Sister Wives? Isn't that why we're watching this?
Yes. Yes, that's
Yes.
very true. The other one, I can't wait to see what happens because I don't have a good feeling, is this couple, Tim and Alex. I can't stand her. I think she is very, like, beige personality to the extreme, and she's always like, she has that personality in a relationship where, like, the woman, it's her dynamic to be like, oh yeah, this one over here, what am I going to do with him? And it's constant all the time, and then it's like, it's not a cute little banter. Like, you really just sound like you're ragging on him all the time. I don't like those two
Okay.
together. I
I
don't know,
saw
curious
a
to see what
clip
other people
of
think.
the girl that has now lost weight, uh, with her
Oh,
guy.
Hannah.
Huh?
Hannah.
Yes.
Blonde
Um,
hair,
and
yes.
she's, like, cooking, and I was getting such like, with him, and he's, like, looking for pasta or something, and I was getting, like, the most
Oh,
visceral thing I got from it
she
is, like,
asked him, "Can you just start the pasta or can you make the pasta?" And he's like, "So I just, like, fill this up halfway?" And she's like,
yeah,
"You've
no, that's, like,
never boiled noodles before?"
she was wearing a leather jacket in the kitchen, and I could not
Amanda,
I
I
could
know.
feel it on
It
my
was a
body.
black leather, and it wasn't even like a blazer. It was like a jacket. Like
No,
an
I
it looked like an
couldn't.
outdoor jacket.
Like, I wanted to take off all my clothes like I had hypothermia or something, like, I just wanted to, like, be naked,
Yes,
and I
you need
never
to put
wanna
on
be
a
naked.
t-shirt, a tank top, just that layer needs to come off
Yeah, like,
completely.
oh, and you're in the kitchen, and it's hot, and, like, you've been outside, and now you're around food, and I just couldn't.
And, like,
So, I hated that.
steam off of pots onto your leather arms. I just do not like it.
Okay, we
Um,
will put them in.
so oh, and that couple too, I really can't wait to see what's gonna happen because they should not be married at all. Like, she is not into her dude. He is kind of a man child. I think he's harmless. He's probably a nice guy, but he just needs to, like, grow up some more. But
Guess
yeah,
what? I hate
I'm
my hair.
super
I
excited.
wanna put my hair up, just so you know, this is gonna be the
You
trend.
know what I was
I
gonna do
hate it.
when we had that image of the doubt photo up? I was gonna just, like, throw my hair in a different thing
Like,
and just have it be our thing
I
every
want it
week
to be
that
more of
I
like
just
a
change my
snooky
hair
bun.
up.
Yeah, no, you were actually really funny in the last every time a picture came down, your hair was different. And, oh, can we discuss that but I think we actually said it on one of our Patreons, but there's 3 different images. It's what we see in the mirror, what we see when we're recording, and then once it posts to YouTube, it's like a whole different face and person. I looked insane last week. I had, like, one, like, Jew curl and then one, like, dead curl.
I looked like someone just
You
woke me
were
up in the
different every
morning and they're
5
like,
minutes.
you're late, hurry up, go." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, 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 okay." No, yeah, you would never know
Oh,
that we were actually getting ready to be here, and yeah.
yeah.
But you did it. You looked adorable.
I have thanks. Yeah, okay. I have an update on something really quickly on our Rub a Dub Dub episode where we talked about like our shower routines, and
Mhm.
it delved into a lot a lot deeper stuff than that. But in that episode, I was talking about how there's this episode of, and I said, I'm like, I don't know what it is, but it's a live show of Nicole Byer and the Doughboys and John Gabris, and they did 2 back to back, like a power hour, and they were all drunk. And Nicole broke a toilet at the beginning, and then they took a question from the audience or something where she was saying that white people don't wash their legs in the shower. And so I was talking about this, and like she's like, "Does anyone out there, any white people, do you admit to not washing your legs in the shower?" And someone in the audience is like, "I don't. I just like let the soap drip down." So we had kind of discussed
Right.
that.
Right.
So we posted the episode. Someone on our Patreon, I want to say it was Sala Wallaway, but it was one of our regulars, like one of the VIPs. And she
Yeah.
wrote, "I remember that. I'm a dough girl too. So I remember that." And she's like, "I think it was like also paired with like a power hour with John Gabris." And like Nicole, I think the toilet was mentioned. I swear to God, an hour later, I'm seeing on Instagram and on Facebook, Doughboys Handholding Club, they're promoting that Nicole Byer just put out a new episode with John Gabris and the Doughboys. And I'm clicking on it, and it wasn't even a new episode. It was that she is, for the last few weeks, just reposting classic episodes. And she reposted that one with pictures of the
Wow.
broken toilet. Like, that day, this episode is posted. That double power hour drunken, like that's spooky shit.
It is. And we found out that most people don't, right?
No, I don't think we
Any
found that out. We
that
found
most
out
people
that
don't?
I don't because I'm disgusting. But, but I think Solo Holloway was like, ever since I heard that, I have been washing my legs, and now I've been kind of dabbling with it. I think it's actually kind of pointless and it's wasting more time.
Dabbling with it. I like it or do it not. Well, hey, did you take a shower before you went to go see Saturday Night?
Oh, I probably didn't. But no, okay. You saw this too, or you didn't?
No, I have not seen it yet, but my daughter Paige wants to go see it,
It
so
is
I'm sure we will see it
great.
soon.
No,
Okay, so
honestly, so good.
tell us about just the general gist. Anything we should look forward to? Wait till it comes out. Go to the theater.
No, it was fun to watch in the theater because honestly, like everyone else in the theater looked like Doughboys listeners, like just like people that like appreciate interests comedy. Everyone in that theater. But
Mhm.
anyway, it was I loved the vibe of the whole thing because it was you knew that it was like it was telling this true story, but obviously it was super heightened and none of this stuff really actually happened. But it was still like just like
Okay.
some things like a light crashing down or just like how all over the place it wasn't just all these circumstances. But I don't mind that. I like stuff like that where it's kind of rewriting history just to tell a fun story. The
Right.
thing that I love the most, the performances were insane. Like so
Okay.
some of these were just so impressive. Like just it was like humbling to watch this.
So
Um,
let's see. Let's look at the cover here. Who do we recognize? Kind of hard to tell.
no one is famous. Like no one is a which I was excited when this was announced that it was like all unknowns because I assumed that meant that like they probably actually earned the role. Um
Sure.
Paul Rust, a Doughboy, but also from the Netflix series Love, is Paul Schaefer in it. And it was just, I yelled out, "Oh my God, it's Paul Rust!" in the theater. And other people
Oh,
responded thusly.
oh, that's
It was a very fun,
great.
it was a fun theater experience. But the most impressive, the Chevy Chase guy was eerily good. So looked exactly like him. Um, that Billy Crystal was amazing. Gilda Radner wasn't great, but they didn't give her much to do. She wasn't bad. It just wasn't like a whoa. Lorraine Newman was awesome. Billy Crystal and Chevy Chase. The Lorne
Those
Michaels
are
was
really big shoes to fill, especially when you have someone like a Gilda Radner who's, beloved. She's dead.
legend.
Like, ooh,
She
yeah,
dead now. No,
right.
the Lorne Michaels was probably my most impressive because he wasn't doing like Dr. Evil impression. He really
Mm.
was like because he's playing a 30-year-old Lorne Michaels. And the guy, he's from what's the guy? I was gonna say Capturing the Freedmans, but not that. That's Steven Spielberg movie from a couple years ago where it was like about Steven Spielberg's life. Anyway, he played I think the young Steven Spielberg. You guys know what it is
Mm.
in the comments. But he was he's only like 21 when he filmed this movie. It was like that's crazy. How is anyone that
That is
talented
cool.
just 21? He was my favorite part. But I don't know,
Okay,
you're gonna love
Rebecca
it.
wants to know how Cindy Crawford's daughter
Oh,
was.
I mean, she was fine. She
I
was
didn't
Chevy
even know she
Chase's
was
like
supposed to be in it.
wife. She's the
Hmm.
she plays the like woman that he left after season 1 of SNL to follow her to LA. She was good. She was
Mm.
pretty. She didn't really serve much to the story, but she was fine.
Okay. Hmm.
Anyway,
Well,
you'll love it.
what about this week's SNL,
Uh-oh, okay.
hosted by Ariana Grande and musical guest Stevie Nicks?
Okay, did you see
Thoughts?
that promo, that picture that was that did
I
you
did. Yeah, I think you sent it to me and you're like, "Ooh, watch that."
this is a rough watch. Stevie, I think Justine was like, "Yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug." But like just
Yeah.
it was just awkward. You can like they were doing these promos are always awful to watch, but you could kind of tell that Bowen and Ariana were like, "Let's just get through this."
Carrying it, just like, "Okay, let's do this."
Let's
Her
go.
eyes are a little like,
It's
I mean,
Stevie.
her like, what is that? Is that substance or is that just, decades of loud music and creative people and hard traveling?
Yeah, she lived a life. Look,
Okay.
it's weird that she was on. It is strange that Ariana wasn't the
Musical
musical guest.
guest.
And
Mhm.
I guarantee you that this was discussed at length all week, that, well, we need to do some kind of a Wicked thing because Stevie Nicks is like witchy, and like there's no way that
Oh,
wasn't
I
the.
didn't even make that connection.
Oh,
Jesus,
I thought that
okay.
was why they were put together, because it's very a witchy episode. It's Halloween, Wicked's coming out, and like
Okay.
there's no way that that wasn't on the table. And Stevie was like, "I'm not doing this shit," which, respect.
Yeah. I thought it was a great episode. Like, Ariana Grande, I was neither here nor there with her, um,
Mhm.
but she is insanely talented. She is a good actress.
She's funny. I
Yeah,
was
her
really
comedic
happy.
timing is great. Like, I hated that I was like, "Oh god." I mean, she is so tiny and so cold.
Oh, she's
Like,
freezing to death.
freezing.
I was
Um,
saying to Justine the other day, I'm like, I don't think you realize how much I have to curb like my own like instincts to like force myself to because I know how much Justine loves her, and I don't want to be like, so like it really, this did help. I was like, okay, no, I
okay.
can like, it's the put on personality. It's watching Hot Ones. I was like, I can't. But all that aside, watching old footage of her, seeing her with the brown wig, I think the
She was
blonde with
great as the mom. She messed up or
she
she
was
flubbed a
being
line or something, but it was
it was
great.
fine. Better than when Maya
Mhm.
Rudolph fucked up last week. The brunette wig
Yes.
helps her to just be more like, oh, there she is.
Mhm.
She's
Yeah,
not as
I
in
thought
character as Glinda.
I bought in. I was like, "Okay, wow, she really is a good actress." Now the beginning where she's singing, she's wearing this, she's kind of doing all of her, famous impressions of different stars and musical actresses and stuff. Um, it's a little, like girl talking at theater camp. Like it has that sort of quality, but she does a great job and she's a great performer. She's a great actress. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, I hate that I'm
Rebecca wants to know,
loving
what did you guys
this.
think of the bridesmaid singing? Now, I will currently that song is in my head, the Espresso with Sabrina Carpenter. I really
Mm,
think that Ariana was so impressive at, because they're all four of them are obviously
uh-huh.
trying to sing badly, and Ariana
Right.
pulled it off. So it is hard to sing off key if you're a singer, and she really nailed it, and it was
Adam said the
funny.
same thing because he's like he has like perfect pitch or whatever. And when he was like, you have no idea. Okay, well, he loves Ariana Grande. He's like, she's the most talented musician, actress of our time, whatever he told
Well,
her.
I
Whatever.
don't agree with that, but okay.
But well, I know I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. But he does. He's like, she's too skinny. She looks like a little tiny mouse, whatever. But she is like legitimately talented. He said the same thing. He's like, you have no idea how hard that is to sing like that if you know how to sing.
And she was
I'm
also
like, "Yes,
funny.
girl."
It wasn't just off key. It was like genuinely funny because it was on key enough that it sounded normal.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, but what did you think of that skit? I thought it
I
was
think
a
it went
good
on a
idea,
little
and then it
longer.
went
I wish it had just been
yes.
Ariana Grande. She was the only one that was really funny in it. And it really, I mean, it was so predictable. It was like a carbon
Yeah.
copy of a sketch we've seen 700 times. We honestly
And
didn't
that
even
one
need to
dude that
mix.
yeah, and he does the same character every
We
single
discussed
time.
him
I'm
for a
like,
while on the SNL episode.
here we go. Like, okay, it is funny, but like you said, it's predictable. Like, oh,
By the way,
as soon as he stepped out there, I was like, "Oh, okay, we know what we're gonna get."
yeah, but it's
I
fine.
liked it
By the
though.
way,
I thought
guys,
it was a
smash
great
that
episode.
like. We never say it. Smash that like and
Smash
subscribe.
it. Yeah, it really helps us out.
I don't know.
Okay.
I thought she was solid all across the board though.
Yeah, she was great. Stevie Nicks looked a little aggressive on stage, I'd say.
I took a
Like when the
bathroom
music
break from
started, I
both.
was like, oh, oh gosh, like she
I
was
mean,
like Mary yelling at us. I'm like, God, Stevie,
I
Jesus.
just don't know why she did that. Is she promoting something? Maybe there's like a best of album or something. I don't know. I'm not a Stevie head. I respect her, but
Yeah.
yeah. Great.
All right. We both watched a documentary. It's on Paramount Plus here in the States. Not sure. Where did you watch it in Canada? Was it
Paramount Plus
Paramount
on my
Plus?
VPN.
Okay.
We watched this immediately after getting home from the SNL movie.
Oh, okay. Casa, Bonita, Mi Amor, a documentary from the creators of South Park. I loved it. And now it's like I love and respect them even more. Like they really are geniuses.
Do you see how he's my ultimate
Which
childhood
one?
crush? Trey Parker.
Okay.
The
That
non-curly hair. The one who cared more about it.
okay, yeah. Who's just like is he like on the spectrum or something?
I think he's probably like super undiagnosed ADHD, like a lot of us millennials
Oh,
are.
okay.
Um, he was literally my childhood crush growing up. And he's just so smart. I think he's got a really good looking face, and he still
Yeah.
is my type. He's got dad bod,
Mhm.
and just how much he cares about this. And he's hyper fixating on this stuff, which I can relate to.
Yeah.
But he's also so respectful and polite. Even when everything's kind of going wrong, he's still cracking legitimately funny jokes the whole time. And I just what he's a
Like the
man. A
animatronic, like, "Oh,
man.
tarnation," whatever. Like I was
That I
laughing
said, I'm like,
out
I could watch
loud.
him
That's
do this for an
amazing.
hour and this could be the whole movie of just him
Or
doing
just how it evolves, and even, like, there was a little scene where, he and Matt Stone are recording an episode of South Park, and they're still laughing and giggling about it, and just that alone, that's incredible. Like, how many years have they been
we
doing this, and they're
still
still
are enjoying it.
laughing?
It is nice to see that because it is like it's disheartening when you see people that are just kind of over it. I mean, it's relatable, I get it, but like to see
Sure.
them genuinely enjoying it. By the way, Julie's here. Hey, Julie.
Hey,
Her. Don't be a stranger.
it's so good. I wanna say it's, like, 90 minutes or something. It's
Yeah, it's
very
in and out. Maybe closer to 2 hours, but it
and you
moves
don't have to be
quickly.
a South Park fan. Like, you have
No.
seen every single episode of South Park or
No,
damn
no,
near
no,
it, right?
definitely not. I stopped watching after, like, the Scott Tenorman era, but, I mean,
Okay.
I used to be I mean, that was a I had $500 worth of South Park merchandise all in my room, posters on the ceiling, everything. I was a psycho. But the Casa Bonita episode is, like, one of my favorites, and it was just they are the only people that should have done this, and it was a
Yeah. So
guaranteed
for those
hit.
of you who don't know, sorry, we should have kinda explained this before.
Mhm.
Uh, Trey and Matt, especially Trey, used to go to this restaurant in Denver, in Colorado called Casa Bonita, and it was like an indoor, um, theme park. It really is. It's like the Mexico Pavilion in Epcot, but
Yeah.
15, 20 times the size, and you could get, like, bad Mexican food there. And then during or after COVID, it closed down. They were like $4 million in debt. So the opportunity came for them to buy it, renovate it. They ended up having like a, $10,000 or $10 million budget to revamp this whole place. And I don't want to like spoil anything, but like anything, right? Things go over budget. But I want to go to this place.
Me too, and, like, the food is I love the woman that they hired to be the chef because she's funny, but also she's getting
Loca.
shit done.
I
I think you're oh, no, you're not frozen anymore. And,
After a while, I was like, "Okay, Loca, okay. That's enough. It's
well
not your show."
okay,
But I
that's true,
get
but I
it.
think they needed someone like that.
Yeah.
Also, just I don't know, the whole lore of it and just, it was kind of a guaranteed no one else could have bought that. That was the because those are the everyone only knows what Casa Bonita is other than locals because of that South Park episode. So it just kind of made sense that they did this. And also, like, I would go to that. It is a tourist destination now because it's like, well, if we're going to this, it's going to be the best version of this. They did. And yeah, I loved watching the money just like starting budget $3 million and just seeing what
Uh-huh.
it ended with. But then it's also a drop in the pan for them. They are so rich. Book of Mormon is still running on Broadway and
Oh,
touring.
God, so good.
Yeah.
I could
So
go to
anyway,
see that again. Anyway,
check
check
it
it
out,
out.
guys.
It's great.
Great.
And real quickly, because Amanda and I were also talking about this, Housewives. Ugh, it
Yeah,
it's
we're both like, I guess we'll talk about House. I didn't watch any of it.
it's really disappointing, and I'm curious to see what other people think because, all of our oh, wow, that
Great picture, Jody.
yeah, I don't know if the internet or what, but okay, well, it is actually, like, on brand for Potomac.
Okay.
So Real Housewives of Potomac debuted, first episode of the season. I didn't even finish last season, and I have never, ever done that. I am like, if I start something, I'm gonna watch every episode of it until it goes and I just tapped out, couldn't do it. It's like, all right, it's gonna be a new season. Watched it, and I'm like, there just is something.
You and
magical
Joan
about
are
it.
so fascinating to me because you both do watch all of the Housewives, but it's kind of just a low key thing that you kind of do for yourselves that you
Yeah,
never bring it up, like unless it is asked of you. But like
right.
just that both of you are watching these just kind of underground.
Well, and it's kind of like honestly 90 Day Fiance, right? Like first came out super into it. That's why I started podcasting. And then it just I don't know, it just like if it gets lazy or it changes or our tastes change and it's just doesn't have that that it had before. Um, and that's what some of these franchises are. But like Beverly Hills, will always love it. New York, ugh, this new cast in New
That's what
York,
I'm
like,
hearing.
yeah, give us our Ramona and Sonia. And yeah, is Ramona a horrible, racist, bad person, allegedly? Yes. But she's great TV, better than these bitches. Like I once again cannot stand Erin. She's awful. Bryn's annoying. It's just I started watching last Friday's episode, and I don't even know if I can finish it. I'm like, I don't care about Jenna Lyon's son going to college or high school. Like I barely know you, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just awful. OC, God, what's with my photos? Sorry.
If
Um,
you take a screenshot from your phone and send it to yourself, it won't be like that.
oh, okay. That's too
It's a
mentally
whole thing, though. I
stretching.
know, I know.
So Orange County is kind of like the it's like the bad basketball team or the bad whatever. Like it's really bad, but you're just gonna like watch it because you're like, oh, I know them. I feel like I know them in some way. So OC is just like one of those background shows. But Salt Lake City, I'm still in it. I don't love everyone on it, but I'm still in it. Where are you?
I stopped watching after that Donny Osmond episode last week. Oh, wait, there's a nice picture.
Yeah. Ugh. Honestly, it's Mary for me.
Yeah,
Why?
that's why
Why
I
is
I
Mary
can't.
there?
And now people are starting to fall for it. You guys, like we did a whole episode about people who would call us fat. And like Mary just does. That's not even a discussion. And like,
Right.
why are people now switching from women need to support women and not and like, oh, Queen Mary? No,
Mhm.
no, this is not, she's not fabulous in that way. She's just awful.
Yeah, and you can even like sense from the other housewives. They're like, "Oh, come on, Mary." And in last week's episode, they're in Milwaukee, and the whole crowd at a drag bar are cheering, "Mary, Mary, Mary." And I'm like, did we forget that she's basically, allegedly, a cult leader
Yeah,
that
just
like
a bad
stole
person.
money from
He
people?
married her grandfather so that she could have money and be a
Right.
cult leader, allegedly.
Right. So I'm even starting to fall off, and I'm like, okay, Meredith and Seth, bye bye. Lisa, I think is just a mean girl. She's definitely calling us fat. Whitney, same story, wash, repeat. Heather is now bought into her hype. It's just, I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's bought
It's
into herself.
sad. It's sad. Anything else before we jump into Browntown?
I actually, you know what? I should say this more often, but me and Joan, Pod in the City, you can just search it on YouTube. We only need like a couple hundred more subscribers so we can get monetized. And our goal is to do it by the end of the year. And he's always like, why don't you ever talk about Pot in the City? And it's just because when this live is happening, so much is happening. But if everyone can just go subscribe, we're not going to bug you. We don't send out anything. You don't even need to hit the bell to get notified. Just if you can go do that, that would be so nice. It would be a nice gift I could give to Joan. And it's Thanksgiving, for God's sake. Can you just go and subscribe? You don't have to watch anything, although you should, because it's also very good.
It
It's a little
is. It is. You
classier
guys
over
are
there.
hilarious.
Okay, thank you. Other than that, are you ready for some gassy moments here? You feeling gassy, Jody?
Oh, I hate to say
Probably
yes,
not
but
because you
okay,
poop
let's
once a
do
week.
it. Let's just do
Okay,
it.
all right, let's do it.
Brown Town. Everything's waiting for poo.
Good old. Oh, yeah. All right.
There we go. I just went right to it.
All right. Great.
Happy birthday, Gabe. Oh, there we go. Look at this girl in the background. She's all of us that are like, oh God, I'm about to be in a picture. Oh, now I'm in the background. Thanks.
Oh, Justine's like,
right, tell us
please
about
promote
it.
my podcast, The Short Story. Yes, everyone check out Short Story, Resting Bitch Face. Everyone in our world. Okay. It was Gabe's birthday, October 11th. No one forgets. And one of like the most engagement we've ever gotten on Instagram. I even tagged him in it. He didn't like it, or probably even saw it. But I think I also tagged Janelle in it. Girls. Yeah, see, I don't want them watching this.
Oh.
But Gabe really is just the best. This is a big week for him too. He was featured heavily on this episode, and he came to play. Him and Janelle were like, no, you want us to talk shit about Cody? We're gonna come in. That's all we're gonna do. And I'm gonna eat my eggs with a spoon. Because you know that she was like, oh, there's no clean forks.
Oh, there are forks akimbo dirty in her dishwasher right now.
Rusty. Like
maybe clean because she just left the clean ones in there from the previous load, just threw another one in.
Correct. Yeah, like it took me a while. Everyone did notice that, but it took me about halfway through the scene where I was like, she's using a spoon? My mom was like, yeah, I watched this with my mom and Ron.
Oh yeah, I was too. I was like, maybe does she have pie? Is that pie that she's having?
No, it's eggs. No. Also, at the beginning of that scene, Gabe's like, oh, she's like, your dad. And then look, I'm all for shit talking Cody, but I was like, okay, Janelle. She's like, Cody, your dad always wanted it like, you like up and then you put a lid on it. I'm like, so he wanted it sunny side up. That's not an insane request. It's like, oh, Cody and his all of his kinks. He wanted it sunny side up, and clearly you weren't able to do that.
Well, Janelle's like, my lids and pants don't have, or my pots and pants don't have lids. Like, Janelle's like all of us.
I don't own a matching lid to any single pot. I get it.
Oh, I'm sure I own them, but can I mean, if there was like a gun to my head and someone's like, give me that pot and pan cover that matches, I'd be like, oh God,
I would have to be like sitting with my ass on the ground, like pulling things out of the cupboard.
Oh, it's all coming out.
This one way back here.
It's like kids with a block, like putting it in that little like toy thing. I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know. Just if it's covering it, we're good. But okay, so that's
anyway. Okay, so we had some Gabe birthday posts, right?
Check out that cat.
Oh, it looks just like Latrice.
I know, that's why I took it. Janelle posted a little reel for Gabe. Happy 23rd, 23. So that means that Aurora is also 23 because I believe that they were part of the triplets. So Aurora, you're an adult and we can make fun of you all we want, including the fact that you can't successfully spell the word Amanda. And then this is him and Hunter. Just
Hunter cute. Can get it.
Gabe can get it. There was a big discussion on our Facebook group. By the way, guys, join our Facebook group. We love to hate TV. Just answer the questions, even if you don't know them. I'll let you in as long as you're not a bot. About like, can Gabe? No. Somebody said my daughter is his age, and I would be so fine with her dating him. So I feel like that's.
Oh yeah, sure, but like I wouldn't be like, oh, he's a hot guy.
I think I'd fall in love with him. For sure. Oh, okay, so here, let's talk about this haircutting thing. Now, I definitely thought that I was being brilliant and looking this up. By the time I woke up this morning, the world had already figured out like exactly when that scene was filmed. But I mean, come on, TLC. Like TLC, Gabe did cut his hair famously last year to donate to charity. So I went and I found this January 22nd, 2023 is when he cut the hair. So at this point, his hair has grown back and has length. It's not short and it's long. It's like to here. The other pictures that I found where his hair does look exactly like this from a little earlier, his face is thinner. Like he's more filled out now. So definitely the scene with him and Janelle. I'm not 100. Yeah, see, he was more that. So the scene, I'm not saying that it was after Garrison's death, because I think that's what a lot of people are getting like worked up about is like if any of these scenes or interviews are being filmed after Garrison's death. That's really what we'd like to know. I don't think it was around Garrison's death, but I think it was definitely within the couple months leading up to it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Because his face is more.
That makes sense.
His face in these scenes are more filled out, like it is more recently. So it's definitely like within like the last year.
I'm just reading some of the comments too.
Oh,
yeah.
what is everyone else saying? I wasn't looking at the. Do people?
So Gene saying, I bet this scene was originally filmed with Gabe and Garrison, and they had to refilm. And then lots of people just talked about Gabe being able to get it at different points.
Wonderful. Okay,
of his hair
I hope he's getting his
journey.
pencil wet all over town. I hope he had the best. I hope he has every good birthday. Every birthday is just amazing.
Yeah.
I guarantee Cody didn't call him.
Speaking of having fun, we are having so much fun. Stop. Cut it out.
She can't even get through this. She is like laughing. I don't know what this was. It was her and this guy. What is happening with this guy?
Okay, so this is the guy that got us demonetized because he was singing a really bad version of Free Fallin' on TikTok. My fault for putting it up, but he was a keynote speaker at the symposium, so I'm just doing due diligence. So he must be in the upper crust of Mary's Worthy Up empire because he is in everything, and he is always wearing skinny jeans, and a sweatshirt. And girl, we know what you're doing. Same thing I'm doing today under this sweater.
Okay? This sweater too.
Yeah, we see you. But he's just real obnoxious, and he has like a wife and like 4 kids at home.
Yeah, it's
bizarre.
It's people that want to spend that much time with Mary. I don't trust them.
Correct. And like, is it too late to? I know. Okay. How do I want to say this? Like, yes, everyone, I guess, wants to go viral, but I feel like they're making these videos like, oh, let's make a viral video. And then it's bound to suck because it's not funny. What were they doing in this one? They were just like they spun around to I can't fight this feeling anymore, and then it cut to like a gorilla doing it.
Oh, it was. That is what this was. Yes, yeah. I don't know,
but she there, and then
okay. Well, guy, this is actually breaking poos. Because Jen is now back. And it turns out that Jen has been away because she's been opening a bike shop with her husband.
Now, before you think bike, like, hogs, Harleys, like bicycles and Paralon.
Yeah. They made a whole, again, this fucking guy's in there.
They see me rolling.
They hate it.
But they're in Worthy Up sweatshirts.
Yeah, it's all
is Worthy Up like an umbrella company for the Paralon bicycle shop?
Falls in under that.
Or it's like a 2-for-1. They can use this for Mary's business. They can also use it for Jen's business.
Hey, check this out. TT Doll has sent us $100. Thank you.
Hello from Norway. Good to see you back.
After 2 years away, I'm back. Take care of your health. That's right. I hope that you're good. Everyone should remember TT Doll, very active. So I hope you're back for good. Now I can focus on y'all. I feel 10% sorry for Mary. She's brainwashed by the polig cult. Yeah, that is true because she actually was raised in it. Except now that we're kind of going through all this, I don't think any of them were raised in it because Robin says that handsome Alice was a monogamous wife, and then she joined it later, as did Janelle's mom, as did I think Mary's mom. As did Janelle, but Bonnie didn't. They didn't take on a second wife until Mary was like 20 or something. She was like old, or like 16, or she was older. So whenever any of these, I always see people in polygamy. I often see this. None of them actually grew up in polygamy. Mary's the closest.
Christine.
Oh, Christine, yes, and Christine's the one that talks about it the least.
Yep. Also,
well, this was a repost because I remember specifically talking about this a whole year ago on this podcast.
Her hair and her skin are the same colors here. Does she know that?
She know that? I think she does know that, and she's liking it.
It looks like she went to a color run and like ran through like a bronze color bomb, like colored chalk or something, and it just exploded on her. And then, of course, there's this hilarious note at Vicky's Victorian Hideaway, also known as Lizzie's. It says, "Get home safely and grind on someone you love." Oh,
So this video is like Mary and I guess that guy or her gay friend who is much more palatable than this other guy is filming her and they're laughing and then the camera pans over and reveals what she's laughing at. Like this is
not
the
that
level
funny.
of like emotional intelligence Mary has, is that she is laughing at the concept of sex.
Uh-huh.
That is
like,
hysterical.
This is very high school. Like one of your friends started having sex. You're like, oh my God, you're such a slut. Like it has this sort of like, we're cool girls, you know? Oh,
it's like when I was in grade 8 and I first heard what a smarty party was, I didn't laugh that hard.
Yeah, me neither.
Maybe it's a Canadian thing. Smarties
I
are
don't
more
laugh that hard either. We all know what a smarty party is, you guys. Amanda, explain what a smarty party is for people who don't know.
Well, even in grade 8, no one knows what sex is anyway, but the way it was described to me was like, I'm sure this isn't really what the logistics are, but it's like you put Smarties up someone's butt and then like fish them out and eat them.
What?
There's probably more to it than
what I expected you to say at all.
I know we've had this conversation
Wait, someone puts like the candy Smartie, which in Canada is like
maybe it goes in your vagina though. It seems like it would be better for everyone involved. Well, you put but Smarties are not the rockets that you guys have. Smarties are, I sent you Smarties. They're those little M&M looking things.
Yeah. Okay.
You put them up some orifice, and then I guess, I don't know, I would assume, what would you do? Lick them out? Suck them out? You wouldn't just like put them in and then pull them out. That's what I was thinking.
It just like, it doesn't sound pleasant for anyone. Like, who is that supposed to be pleasuring? Because that sounds awful.
I think health-wise, it would be better in your butt because the vagina is much more sensitive to like outside influences getting in there.
Wait, so tell me, if someone's gonna like basically have shit-covered candy coming out of their butt and the other person eats it, and
so that's why it would make more sense to go in the vagina. It would definitely taste better.
Okay, I hate.
What do you guys think in the comments there? This is just, I mean, I heard this in grade 8 during
Christine's into it, so that's good. This all sounds just like absolutely awful. Oh my gosh! Wait, okay, the comments. I have to go back and read all of these. My friend's husband used to shave frozen Mars bars inside her. Oh, shove! I seriously was thinking of like a grater. I'm like, God, it like melts it.
Okay,
what?
I mean, it just seems like there's such a time limit on here, especially because everything is like so hot and kind of incubated. It's gonna melt so quickly.
It's gonna be 99 degrees if you have a fever.
There's definitely a clock running when this is happening. You're on a clock to get this out in time before it starts. Well,
I have enough anxiety. You're supposed to be able to like relax and enjoy this, and you're like, I mean, it's been 11 minutes. We're screwed now.
Well, anyway,
wow, this sounds awful.
Don't know how we got on that, but we had Mary up. Oh, because she was laughing so hard about the possibility of. Can you imagine if Mary heard what a smarty party was? Can you imagine?
I think she would be offended. She'd be offended.
Yeah,
that went too far. Okay, let's somehow transition away from that to
like transition.
Truly and Christine at an Iron Maiden concert. This
tracks.
I mean, like I know we would have fan fictioned this out along with her band leader. What do you call him? The band.
What? Like a marching band?
Yeah. Like this tracks along with it. So this is Christine and Truly at an Iron Maiden concert. Truly's got her little hearing saver headphones with her. God love Christine for going to this. I don't think I would be going to this. If my kids ask me,
I'm surprised Janelle
no.
didn't go to this. But I always like to get
I was thinking that
Christine.
too.
I always like to get her captions in here because they're always just a
Oh,
little
sorry.
bit shading Cody. So let's see what this one says.
Okay.
Sometimes you just have to drop everything and go rock out with your teen when she actually wants to hang with you. This past weekend was all about Iron Maiden and making memories with Truly that baby. Totally worth it. Hashtag mom life. Hashtag concert vibes. Hashtag rock on.
I'm sure there's a lot of photos exactly like this when you search the hashtags concert vibes and rock on. Just seas of moms and their daughters at Iron Maiden. Yeah, Janelle would have absolutely loved this. It's adorable. She's a great mom. I mean, again,
of course.
I
And I'm
would
glad
not
that
have
she
done
shades
this.
Cody.
Yeah, this is basically, you're totally right. This is an at Cody Brown.
Yeah, Lauren, just at Cody.
Yeah.
Hashtag Cody's a bad dad.
When your kid wants to hang out with you and not her dad.
You drop everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, great. I'm glad. This is great.
Truly some fish. Yeah. God love her.
Was that an aquarium, I guess? Yeah. All right. Great. No, cute. Christine looks
Very
good
cute.
too.
I mean, look at the jeans. She's like, Truly, you want to wear David's jeans? Roll them up. Let's go.
Roll them all the way. I mean,
yep.
Great.
Let's head out the door.
All
Speaking
right, so
of
get on to
choices of clothes. Yeah. So Christine and Janelle are on this. I don't know if it's People magazine sponsored or what, but they're doing,
no,
People
they're just
extra.
on a press tour / let's continue to kick Cody while he's down tour because they are messy and I am fucking here for it. Again, people say she's being immature. All you need to do is reread the nacho thing in the story. And no, she has every right. I hope she shades him on her deathbed. I hope she
absolutely.
Do it every time, every chance you get. But they're both just giggling their way through these. Oh, Cody never did that anyway. Cody is just really bringing it up. Oh, they don't. Well, Savannah's not even going to have him at her wedding. So like they're really just throwing it all out there. Loving it. Christina she's still dressing herself again. Can we just get her a stylist? She put on
new shoes. They all choose the most horrible, heinous shoes.
It is the shoes because the top of the outfits are actually kind of cute. They could be fitted more. I'm watching Mad Men, as everyone knows, and like both of these outfits, I could like if they were fitted to her. Oh, she would look so fucking good. The shoes are definitely a problem.
Awful. They are god awful. I don't know. Mary does this exact same thing. It's like these weird booties, bizarre. So she's asking which outfit she should wear, top or bottom, and it's 50-50. And there we go.
Which I think says a lot that it's like there is no clear winner. It was just, and I clicked on one of them.
Which one is less bad?
Like, I guess this one. Yeah, they're both kind of heinous, but it's fine. I mean, it makes her kind of even more relatable. The fact that she's still just kind of doing this herself, doing her own makeup.
She knows what she's doing. Well, okay. Speaking of makeup, so this is a shot from the Access Hollywood.
Yeah, looks like she went with that top outfit, by the way, on this one.
Yeah, she went with the top outfit, and she also went with the darkest spray tan you got.
Yeah, also, they didn't discuss what they're each wearing because what Janelle and Christine are both wearing are totally clashing, and the color
they look like a blood clot. I mean, they really do. It's awful, and I hate to say that, but it's so true. I mean, look, it's like
it's a Smarty party that has melted.
Gross. Ew. Also, that interviewer has never seen Sister Wives, and it's so obvious and it's infuriating. Someone's asking about my my little slipper moccasins.
Yes, people were asking about that.
Minnetonka, and I'm due for a new pair. So Minnetonka soft bottom or the regular. Either one, they're both great. So highly, highly suggest. They last forever and they're warm, but your feet don't sweat. So yeah, tan akimbo, not great. They were also on the red carpet for Pluto TV and Us or US Weekly. This is where Christine's showing off her little booby tattoo.
Which is fine. Like I don't mind that at all. I love that she got a boob tattoo, but it's just And the dress isn't even awful. It's just something about the cut. Again, she just needs someone to be like, this is the perfect shape for you. And maybe she does need to get her clothes tailored. She can afford it.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing like what I do, where you're like, okay, I don't like, what's under my boobs, my stomach, so I'm gonna make this a little like, have a little give, and then I'll do fitted. But all it does is it just like kind of makes her look like an upside down triangle. But I think she looks amazing. She looks
Of course
great.
she does. Janelle gave this
Look how
interview.
happy she is. Janelle. Love her to death. She looks like a mother of the bride. I don't know why she's wearing this dress. Or you know what? Actually, you know what she should have done on this dress? Taken the sleeves off. Just went with like
Yeah, but
a
she's probably sensitive about
V.
her arms. I know all about that. I hate my arms.
Yeah, me too.
But
I
someone
have
pointed out in our
overarms.
Facebook group that they did an interview where the person was like, so tell us about your outfits. And Christine's like, oh, I just, felt sexy or whatever. And Janelle's like, oh, I just felt like this one traveled really well. I could just kind of roll it up, put it in my suitcase. It traveled well. I can literally take it, crumple it in my hand, and throw it into my suitcase. Take it out of the suitcase and wear it.
Yeah. In one of these, they're asking, they ask them, I think you might have sent this to me, about Cody and Robin. And Christine makes like such the perfect passive aggressive response when she's like, oh, I mean, they could deserve each other. It's like, oh, I mean, bravo. Yeah. Brava. What else do we have here? Christine with a little post. Do you want to read that?
Sure. On the road again, loving this media tour with Janelle, sharing our stories and celebrating the amazing things ahead. We've both been through so much, and now we're living proof that it's never too late to choose joy and empowerment. Can you take that away? Hashtag sisterhood strong, hashtag empowered women, hashtag choose joy, hashtag living our best life, hashtag new beginnings, hashtag media tour, hashtag stronger together, which isn't that a Hillary Clinton? Okay. Hashtag transformation journey, hashtag women sporting women. Robin.
Christine really took that, the symposium on hashtags at her Plexus retreat very seriously.
She's
the
good
power
at
of hashtags.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Janelle, of course.
The other end of the spectrum was like, well, I'll just share everything Christine did. Christine was working all week to post things at certain. Janelle's, I guess I'll hit press add to my story. And
I also love how she is at least one person's head in the bottom corner of the photo. Like, didn't even go to like crop, nothing. Just looks good. Looks real good.
Did she write Sister Wives Forever? Oh no, that was a repost of not even Christine. That was just a repost of a random person.
Right.
It wasn't even Chris. Okay, Janelle.
It works. It works. Now, Maddie, on the other hand. Okay, so let's get into this.
Immediately after last episode aired, and shots fired. And I hope Kayla Brush was sitting next to her, like helping her push publish.
Yeah. So Maddie posted a piece of advice. Never refriend or refamily a person who tried to destroy your character, your integrity, or your relationships with others. A snake only sheds its skin to be a bigger snake. If others fall victim and walk away from you because of that, let them. Sooner or later, the snake will bite them too. And McKelty confirmed on her Patreon live that Maddie did post that about Cody. So there's no
shit. Yeah. Thanks,
well, I mean, McKelty, I was going to say McKelty dropping the hot tea on that one.
Okay, like it is wild how much we're immersed on our Patreon right now in the Tony and McKelty, and how much we're noticing how both of them just get off on just saying bombastic things that are just
making people uncomfortable.
Like, and then this episode happened.
Teasing people is my love language. Oh, is it?
No, that's the same thing as saying that's just the way I am. I just say it like it is. No.
Yeah.
That's your mom. And has she not been through enough? And you're totally like, that whole conversation was so fun. They were negging her on TV. Tony's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they hear. the whole breastfeeding conversation too. I'm like,
oh God, I can't wait. Okay, so
let's
let's get through our business because I can't wait for this. Okay, so Janelle posts, "Happy birthday. I love you so much." And then she's showing photos of not all the babies, but Isabel, Gwen, and Gabe. Adorable.
so cute. Okay, so
Another classic Janelle. Here you go.
no,
Take it
I'll let
away.
you do it because you do better, Janelle.
So here's the thing. I booked a city tour. We had an open afternoon and evening, and it seemed like the perfect way to explore. I gathered my peeps, and that's what they call it in the biz, my peeps. I learned that from my kids. It's pretty cool. And off we went to meet the guide. We waited, looked around, and waited some more until it dawned on me I'd booked the tour for the 10th, and it was the 9th. Oops.
This is such a well-written grammatical, like she's gone through and proofread this.
Okay.
I'll give her that. All right, what else
Also,
happened,
she's
Jody?
the only person I would forgive if that happened. Like, even if my mom did this, I'd be like,
I wonder if she almost did this if she sat and thought maybe I should do a live video about this. No, I'll write it out. There's too much information.
oh, it's a good post.
All right, what happened
Instead
next?
of letting it ruin the day, we decided to take matters into our own hands. We were already on Hollywood Boulevard, so why not make our own adventure? After looking at the stars on the sidewalk and movie star handprints, we wandered up to the entrance of Runyon Canyon. Hello, uphill. A solid 20-minute climb. That was a great way to shake off the travel fatigue. We didn't go all the way up to the overlook. Instead, we made our way back down to the Ovation shopping area, caught a glimpse of the iconic Hollywood sign. We then decided to head over to a suggested local restaurant at Eat with Bakari and put ourselves on the walk-up list. Luckily, we got in. A delicious dinner. Went back to the hotel. I dropped exhausted into my bed. It wasn't the plan we expected, but it turned out even better. Sometimes it's really good just to roll with it.
And then what's the picture again that you posted with that?
It is a photo of some traffic.
I think the Hollywood sign
area.
is way in the back behind all that smog.
It's way in the back, or it could be a smudge on my computer screen. I'm not quite sure.
What happened? So they booked a city tour and then it fell through because she had the date wrong. So they just decided to walk around. Is that
To do their own? Yeah.
That's on her grid.
And then this big lead up to dinner, and she's like, "So we ate, and then I went to bed." Pretty cool
What a
day.
roller
if you
coaster.
just
We got
roll with
in the
it.
walk-up list. Who knew?
Wow. Something called a walk-up list. It's pretty elite. And we also have great news. Tata Farms merch is restocked. So I think there are 3 varieties of t-shirts.
Like, it's so expensive. It's $36 for a shirt. And
wow.
to ship to Canada, I'm sure is even more.
I thought it was 25. But maybe 36.
Maybe then they must be converting for me. So 36. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know, but that would be really cute. And I do want to support them. And again, Madison has really skyrocketed up to like top kid.
Yeah, I really want to know, like, what is this though? Like a florist? Events? We're sending bouquets?
It doesn't matter, Jody.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Does it really matter to you?
As long as Janelle, doodles in a notebook like Robin did, I'm sure it's going to flourish. Just like, no pun intended, just like my sister wives closet. Speaking of, let's check in with the, CEO of my sister wives closet.
She was in charge of finances. Yeah, okay.
Finance. You're right. I was trying to think. I'm like, no, it wasn't marketing. It wasn't.
Well, Cody was the CEO because the women. I mean, if the women are in charge, then it's just gonna.
He's a man.
So yeah, let's get into some Cody and Robin Instagram comments. I need to make a little graphic for that.
Ouch. Okay, why don't you go for it? This is from Robin's Instagram.
Yeah. Lorraine says, Cody's vanity blew the fake driveway scene. So many people were coming after them and was like, you suck. You almost had a few soft viewers fooled into believing you give a flying fuck about Cody's relationship with his kids, but he just had to wear that cool new jacket he got for Christmas 2023. This was clearly filmed in March 2024 after Garrison passed. Now, I feel like that's kind of all over the place, back and forth. I don't really... I don't really care. I know that it is whenever the jacket was, I'm also kind of overhearing people argue about it. But that said, it's pretty much confirmed that like it was filmed way later.
Yeah.
And this did not happen around Christmas.
Yeah, this was in 2022. Right. Yeah, no.
This was in 2023.
Right.
Okay. What's next?
Also,
another
from
Lorraine.
Lorraine,
Okay.
game night was filmed recently in a mad scramble. No pun intended again. Or will that be Scrabble? Producer
Scrabble.
texted Cody, hey man, we need some footage of you and Robin acting like a happy family.
I mean, yeah. Hey,
And,
Lorraine, water's warm. Come jump in with us.
yeah,
You're one of
exactly.
us. Yeah.
Come sit next to us.
Oh
Lorraine
God,
again.
she really, I did not realize that this was all Lorraine, but she went on a little mission here. This one was my favorite. So this is on Robin's. So your 8-year-old took the pacifier out of her mouth long enough to say she hates Christine. You must be so proud.
I loved that.
It's a good one. Jessica Hayes just gave us a tip of $35. Everyone's so
you,
everyone's so generous on
Jessica.
Thanksgiving. Thank you. Amanada, go get yourself a shirt. Just get an XXXLL so you can be so tiny. Girl,
so tiny. Just like Ariana Grande. She's so tiny. All right, let's pop on over to Cody's Instagram where Max Gus says, what man with 18 children drives a Lexus 2-seater? You care about yourself more than you do your kids. Followed by Ola saying, well, thank you for proving plural marriages don't work.
I mean, straight up. When he's bitching about like the AUB called me with some things that I don't even want to repeat. It's like, oh yeah, I'm sure they're thrilled with you. Oh
Yeah.
God, if we could hear that conversation, them being like, we already like people don't like us, but you really did a number on us. I feel like polygamy is just going to be extinct because of Cody Brown.
Yeah. And someone like in an authority figure talking down to him. I can't wait. You want to read for us from ACB?
Sure. Oh, this is Cody. This is on the Mary divorce announcement. After admitting you didn't love their mothers, you don't understand or know why they left. You are an awful person. Robin was right. You admitted it. Robin was right. You admitted it was apples and oranges because you actually loved her. And then clown poop. And then followed by Jay Poupion, who says, who speaks about their children the way you do? Those people, and placing blame on your children for your sad and pathetic relationship. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Ooh, fired up. All right, we have just a couple more. Marie says, you are so not nice, man. I cannot believe you are nice. You are our creep.
I think this says, you are not a nice man. I cannot believe you. You are. I cannot believe you are nice. You are a creep. Maybe not English as a first language, but that's okay. We understand the sentiment.
But that's why I love it, because she hates him so much. She's willing to go out of her comfort zone and try to translate to another language. It got creep in there too. Diane says, for the record, if you do shave it off, you'll still be just as unattractive. Without the fake hair, I want to give you the time of day.
I love that it's not even mentioned. The hair is not being mentioned anywhere in this post. But just so you know, if you shave it off, it's still going to look busted.
Yes. All right, last one. Go for it.
My favorite one. I always put my favorite at the end. It's Cody's, his backyard of Coyote Pass. And his thing is, our backyard. There was snow, lightning, a rainbow, and a sunset of dreams. Love this place. And then Megan wrote, it's Gabe's birthday.
How you like them apples? Yep. Such a loving dad. All right. Shall we get into it?
Whoo! Yes. 1:13:20.
Okay. So we are heading into season 19, episode 5.
Hang on. Let's say hi to Walter.
Wally.
He's so neglected. He's so neglected.
Poor baby.
All right. You ready? We're going to watch the episode now, Wally. Okay.
He's adorable. He's been through a lot with his foster sister. Right. So season 19, episode 5. If you are new watching or listening, we are going to watch the episode, play the audio for you because we can't show you or share screens of the episode. And this week, The episode description is as follows. Mary asks the church for a release from her marriage to Cody. Gabe opens up to Janelle about his relationship with his father. Christine is excited for her second date with David. McKelty reveals she ate her placenta. Robin is left in tears on Christmas.
Why do we need the placenta thing in the episode description? Like, they're trolling. Are they trolling Tony and McKelty, or are they trolling us?
I think that they probably need to fill time as well. And like,
but are they like, look, we know everyone hates Tony and McKelty. So like,
oh,
do you think it's that kind of
probably.
fodder? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I always think
Tony
like,
makes
what
good
if you and
TV.
me were, you know, editors or producers? We would totally be like, yeah, no, put that in for
Yeah,
sure.
tell us more about your disgusting placenta and carne
Yeah,
asada.
in fact, why don't you submit a picture that we're going to flash on the screen, Aunt Diane style? That was my other idea, was to do for the cover. There's something wrong with Aunt Diane cover, and then just like instead of Aunt Diane dead on the floor without any notice, placenta.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right, ready?
We thought it might be a little controversial though, so we did it.
We were also going to do like McKelty for Halloween, like biting into a placenta, you know, like all of this stuff. But we're like, you know, we got demonetized for free falling. So, I mean.
Yeah, well, like La Leche League after us and everything. Let's just, we'll pass on that opportunity. Okay, so if you are watching along on your app or DVR, streaming, wherever, we're going to start at the intro at 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yeah, we're skipping the recap thing because we know what fucking happened. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
We're headed to see Tony McKelty and the new Bambinos. I'm so excited.
He looks like he's on coke.
He might. I mean, like he's on something.
He is, yeah, hyped up. Sorry, I'm closing my window really quickly.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you got another couch back there. Was that always there and you're just always covering it? That second couch.
These were in my family room at my old house.
Ah,
now
sat on my ass might have been on one of those couches at one point. Actually, I don't think it was.
No, not on these ones.
You're like, I didn't even show you
wish.
these. Cody is genuinely excited though. Like in this first scene with the babies, he's like nice. Like he's not, if you just sat down and watched this for the first time, you wouldn't have any indication that this is like one of the biggest pieces of shit on the planet.
Yeah. No, he's excited because it's babies and he gets to snuggle and it gets to be like grandpa meeting the grandbabies. It's all about him. It's because he's going to have a good time.
As Corey and Carly say, it's so that he can imprint. Here's some innocent things that he can imprint on early.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. Jump scare on Tony here with the mustache too and the long hair. God.
I can't stand them. And they just are so perfect for each other.
I know.
But like, I just don't think that they have any mutual friends who genuinely like them. Like, are there any people out there that are like, I want to go hang out with McKelty and Tony, or McKelty?
Maybe they're frisbee, their ultimate frisbee friends.
But do you think they enjoy that, or they're like, well, Tony's here, we need an extra body?
Oh, that's true.
Are there people that are enjoying hanging out with them?
No.
No, I agree.
So fun to hold and cuddle, and of course everybody wants to see twins because it's like it's cool. They're twin babies.
It's like extra special.
So it's Dad and Robin's turn to come up and get some newborn twin snuggles in. Hello.
What's up? Come on in.
Don't get up, Tony.
Right?
Here, come to me. I'm just on the couch.
Come on in. Come on in.
I actually did take a picture.
You didn't have a baby, Tony.
No, but you wouldn't know that because the person who had the baby is just chilling. And Tony, is this picture in here?
Oh yeah, it's at the bottom.
Tony has.
Okay, there we go.
Tony's decided to take the pillow on this one.
Mm.
Tony's got a lap pillow.
What a
McKelty,
jerk.
who just gave birth. No, I'll just freeball it. Oh,
Uh-huh.
shoes on in the house.
Timestamp, we're
by the
at
way.
2 minutes. Timestamp, we're at 2 minutes if you're watching along. I love how Robin is sitting on what looks to be a dog bed. Is that correct?
Looks like it. Tony has his shoes on.
That's always good when you're around like kids that are crawling, small
Yeah, of
babies.
course.
Yeah. It's a really great idea. And also just like your hair dangling about.
Perfect. I mean, and also we have company coming, so I'll just wear this.
Actually, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't like with newborn babies, you're supposed to be careful about your hair? Because like a strand can get like tied around like their finger or their wrist or their toes or something and like cut off circulation.
One of my favorite books is called The Secret Life of Cece Wilkes. And in that book, she's like changing the baby. And I think the baby gets like a paper cut from her hair. So she like shaves her head. And even reading that, I was like, the baby's fine. You shaved your head. Maybe she didn't shave her head. She cut it, but I still thought it was a little bit extreme. Okay. Ready?
Okay. All right. 2 minutes.
Robin was here for the birth. She got to hold the babies after they were born. She got to help McKelty for a little bit. I stayed home to watch Solomon and Ariana take.
You have 3 adults living in your house.
Yeah.
Including almost Solomon.
Mm-hmm. You couldn't have gone.
No, he had to take Solomon and Ariella to school.
Well, I'm sure he used to do that a lot with the other kids, right?
Yeah, I mean, this whole episode.
Take them to school. I'm sure all Truly's teachers knew exactly who he was. He was there for every
Remember
conference.
that 2 seasons ago when they do show them picking up Ariella from her first day of school, and they're like, Ariella is just so nice. She made a little girl cry because she wouldn't leave her alone. She traumatized a little girl on the first day of school. That little girl probably still carries that.
Mm-hmm.
Ariella imprinted on that little girl. But in Cody's head, it was like, oh, she wanted to be her friend.
I guarantee that teacher, every time they have to do like group work or pair people up, it's always like, okay, well, who should I pair up with? Ariola, because
the teacher ends up with Ariola. That's
I hated that.
Safety, it's better to just those pictures. Just you guys don't even know how much is going on in these 2 single pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even see her face in one of them.
Right.
Okay, so we're on this picture of Ari and Saul for anyone. I don't know what the timestamp is. All right, what's the timestamp?
2:15.
Thanks.
And get them to school. But now I get to meet the twins, and I'm excited about that. Hey, let's see. Who's your dad? Hold on. I think this is Archer.
Those are cute little
nice. Nice. No, my little buddies. Oh, it's so tiny.
Oh, the twins are not identical. They're fraternal twins.
Oh, so tiny. I wish I was one of these babies.
You wish you were one of them?
Well, because they're tiny.
Oh, they are so tiny. Yeah.
He goes into
Robin's going to explain what twins are to us, which is
like the fraternal. We know. We all know this.
Oh, no.
Why?
Robin knows everything. Robin knows everything.
The lessons we're learning about fraternal twins for 3 episodes, placenta eating, which everyone knows, and then the breastfeeding thing. Like, why are we getting taught so many lessons in this episode? All by McKelty, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they figured that out really quickly. And so, yeah, you can totally tell who's who. One's a little chubbier. One has red hair.
Way to fat shame one of the babies already, Robin. Don't like that. These babies are actually very cute. Hair, I will say that.
Different personalities, different everything.
She wants a hug.
Her laugh just sounds pain. Just, they're just really cute babies. It's just so sad. My mom kept saying that. Just that, like she's joyless.
I was gonna say that I bet the lack of laughing in that household is deafening. Like I just can't imagine anyone laughing.
Like a real laugh, or just that the smile, because they show a couple of flashbacks to earlier days in this episode, and like me and my mom both made a comment like she was so it's when she's like, oh, do you want me to turn away so Mary and Cody can kiss?
Oh,
and
yep.
the smile, her mouth goes up, the smile hits her eyes, she just looks happy, and it's just not.
She hadn't given birth to Areola yet.
Yeah.
Sorry, but it's true.
Was that the biggest mistake this family's made?
Yep. All right, 250.
Oh, where you at? Me. You. Do you hug Grandpa?
Hey, chicken, can I have a hug?
No.
No. Her arms were like this. No.
No, she goes, ah. He goes, can I get a hug? She's like,
I mean, that says a lot too.
it says you're a stranger. I don't know you.
Yeah, you're a big scary man who came in with too much oomph for the too much energy.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey, can I get a hug?
He
You wanna go to Cody?
oh my God.
What about Knuckles?
All right, you got to
I-
fist
I'm
bump.
definitely happy to see my dad. I don't see him very often just because we live so far apart. I'm very proud to be a mom to these twin boys, so I'm very proud to show them off to my dad.
So McKelty has actually been kind of in this neutral position, I guess.
Not anymore.
Polarized family,
Yep.
but McKelty and Tony are still hanging out with us. I really like Tony. I get along with McKelty well.
Oh, really? Not based on what? Because we're not seeing it in these early episodes we're recapping on Patreon.
Yeah. They're
They
like,
hate
oh, we
Tony.
love Tony.
I love that boy.
Can't
So
wait. I'm so
funny.
excited for you guys.
Robin's like flirting with him. She thinks that they're
Oh.
flirting, and he's like,
She's like, get out, you. No way. Stop
she's
it.
like she did with Logan.
Oh, she wanted Logan so bad.
Oh yeah,
That's probably why she
Oh,
hates Hunter, because she knows Hunter can get it. And Hunter
openly
doesn't-
hated her.
does not want
I don't
any
want to hold
part
your
of her.
fucking baby. All right.
Oof. Okay.
Timestamp.
325.
Hate Tony.
Very special in her.
I think that McKelty kind of sees that there are two sides to this. I just think she knows more of the truth. I think she sees
She
more.
sure does now.
I got an idea.
Oh,
I should clear
This
this.
is
with
crazy.
you. We should buy a big house in Flagstaff and they could move there and then we'll help them with the babies. It'd be so fun for me to
What
have.
would that consist of? Also, helping with the baby. There's so much here. Also, how much would the family like the gossip mill, the rumor mill? If that happened, did you guys hear that Tony and McKelty moved into a house with Robin and Cody? I mean, that rumor mill is going 24/7 now because now it's become the laughing stock
Mhm.
of the family.
Well, I mean, they don't really want to do that. It's just an excuse of them being like, oh, we're looking at this big house. And so they're talking to each other like, oh, we get this big house. And that way, anyone who wants to come stay with us can come and stay. Maddie and Caleb and the kids, or McKelty and Tony and the kids can come visit. And really, it's like, Aurora can stay living with us. Brianna can stay living with us. Dayton, can have his own garage and
But
his
I
own
think
wing.
Cody does genuinely think that. Well, he said like, if we just kind of let it be for a bit, hopefully this will fix itself, which is an insane thing to think. But he genuinely does have this dream that everyone will constantly be returning, and just like that's how delusional he is. He still thinks there's a possibility of that.
Yeah. I don't think he does anymore. I think he wants to have the biggest house of everyone and be like, see, we really do need a big house and everything, but it's all about a reason to say you need a big house, which he's going to lead up to here in a second when he's talking about rooms and stuff,
Yeah.
which is also basically why he's saying truly can't spend the night there because they got to do all this that we're going to
Yep.
hear.
And it's just, but I also just love knowing that deep down, because he says I have FOMO, like he wants to be with the cool parts of his family. So I just love knowing how much it must be killing him, knowing that like Tony and McKelty are the options, and then Aurora and Brianna
Mhm.
and Ariella. Like these are like this is what I'm stuck with.
Lauren, you said this perfectly. Lauren says he wants everyone else to have FOMO.
Yeah,
That's
everyone
100%
go
it,
move
because he has
into it,
nothing to
man.
offer. And in Cody's world, we know that having a big, nice house is super important to him. Didn't Janelle tell us that?
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
like he's always
yeah.
wanted like a big, beautiful house, and that's why he didn't want to, come over to her house. So it's they're looking at all these big houses and just convincing each other and themselves that that like, oh, that's the reason we need this. It really isn't just for us. It's for the family.
Yeah.
Okay.
God. All right.
We
Here we go.
are at 3:52. 3:52.
If you say so.
Tony McKelty could come in, visit, because it's hard to come to the house that we've got. All the rooms are filled. We have to move a kid to another room. Kids come and sleep with
God
dads,
forbid.
So Tony McKelty
Wow.
can have a room.
Also, don't Solomon and Ari already sleep with you? There are 2 untouched bedrooms that people could stay in.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, I live in a house, I think, with the same amount of bedrooms that Cody has, and like we're having someone come visit for the weekend, and it's not that difficult to have kids like shift out of their rooms, and that kid's gonna sleep,
It's also
wherever.
exciting. It's
for a
exciting that you
couple
gotta get
nights.
to sleep on the couch, whatever.
Yes, exactly. Like it's not that difficult, and like all of our kids were like, "Oh yeah, well, no, she can sleep in our room, or she can sleep in my room, or she can sleep in my." It's sad that none of Robin's kids are willing to be like, "Oh, why don't they just take my room or these 2 rooms or whatever?" It just shows you how selfish they are.
Do you think that Ariella today still sleeps with Cody and Robin?
Yes. Absolutely.
Grade 3?
Absolutely, that's what's going on. And Ariola doesn't want Avalon messing with her toys in her room. I mean, we saw that room was like a palace of Barbie and toys, and
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I wonder how
Ariola and
Ariella would
Solomon
be
are
with
not
Avalon.
staying in their rooms every night. Absolutely not.
God.
They just
Solomon,
don't
I
wanna
feel, has
share.
probably migrated to his own room. I feel like Solomon.
These kids they don't know how to share, and they don't share well.
Yeah, no. They just everyone gets their own. Okay, here we go.
406.
All to one room with 3 little babies, And there's a house that Rob and I were looking at, and I thought that would be fun to buy, and we could have some kids or in-laws move in with us.
No, we don't. You guys can buy a big house.
You guys would love it.
And we would visit you. No, you have to have your own life.
Very open, huh? I always wanted this big family experience.
Once again, I'm going to say, why are all these kids 10 years younger than us, yet this footage looks like it was filmed in 1980?
It really does.
Always.
It either had bad lighting, or
yes,
they left the cap on the camera. Maybe Janelle's probably behind the camera. That's probably why.
Oh yeah, there's like, so it's not even grainy. There's just
she wiped it off with her finger.
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah.
Look what I got.
Oh, smoochy on the lips.
Lip smoochy. God, what is that?
Yeah,
I'm like kissing.
4:30.
Okay.
Full experience with my own family. So yes, I have the big dream of a big house with lots of rooms and lots of space, a guest house, and I hope that the place is big enough that everybody could come back at the same time if they wanted.
When Cody is not doing his anger stuff and he's more vulnerable, yeah, I can tell he misses it. He misses the family experience. Postpartum, I don't have any depression. I'm doing great. I'm eating my placenta. So it's lovely.
Here we go. Just brace yourselves. Let's get through it.
Yeah, let's just do this.
Woman, just eat your placenta. The placenta is all of the nutrients. It's all of the really good stuff that helps feed the baby when you're pregnant. And the placenta is actually encapsulated. It's very good for you. It was incredible. I think it really helped through my postpartum with Avalon. It really helped through my recovery. So I was like, I'm going to do it again with my boys. And so far, it's helped a lot.
Did you do it last time?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
I actually ate my placenta raw, though, after Avalon. I straight up had it, took a bite out of it. Because she was
really?
Yeah. It doesn't have a taste.
And the reason that she did that was so that she could tell this story later.
Yes. McKelty is that kind of person. Yes.
I'll do this for the story. I turn
Lauren,
around and I'm like,
Lauren, you're killing it in the comments here. But Lauren says again, McKelty lives to disgust and irritate others. She gets off on it. Yep. There's a good reason her siblings avoided her. Yeah, she did this to say, I took a big bite out of her.
Yeah.
And then she's like, it doesn't taste like carne asada. But I didn't think it did. It was a random comparison for her to give right there. I don't know why everything has to come back to fucking street talk.
Also, I will say, as a person who's pretty disgusting herself, this didn't even really faze me. I was like, okay, it's your own body.
Well, she thinks it's like so cool. Like she's so unique for doing this. And then we find out that Robin did it too.
She did it first. I did it first. I really cracked myself up last night when I turned to my mom and I was like, "Did you eat your own placenta, Mom?"
Oh, and she's like, oh.
She's like, "I didn't even breastfeed you." Which, yeah. She
No,
said that,
I have heard of this, people doing this before in like smoothies encapsulated. I've never heard of the eating raw thing.
No, because
I
again,
don't know.
she
I'm looking
did
in the
that
comments to see if
be-
anyone has done this. Yeah, I
don't
mean,
even
I've
care
heard the
if she
same thing.
did.
It can help. Some people say it doesn't, but like, hey, if you're willing to do it, that's fine. But
It's your own
again,
body. It's not gonna like hurt you. Like, who cares? It's just not. This isn't interesting to me. It's been said and done before.
yeah, and no one cares that much about McKelty's fucking insides. Like, no one really
My mom
does.
immediately was like, "I'm so sick of doing McKelty," but
yeah.
okay.
Okay, 5:47.
Okay.
Like carne asada. There's no taste.
But it looks like carne
Ugh.
asada.
Sick. No, it does not.
And then they turned another chunk of it into a smoothie. I have a picture. I actually have a picture on my phone of my placenta.
Oh no.
I mean, this doesn't bother me. And Grey's Anatomy is really it's really set me up for looking at this kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Can I even turn my
you know-
phone around or no?
You know why it disgusts me is that it's
There's a bite taken out of
McKelty's.
it. What?
No, because it's McKelty's. Like I'm seeing her cells in like.
Yeah, like the placenta is annoying.
What do you mean the placenta is? Oh, even
I'm
the placenta
annoyed
is
at the
annoying.
placenta. I don't like the placenta's personality.
I don't think the placenta likes itself. Like it's embarrassed that it's McKelty's placenta.
It's like I didn't.
That's how I feel about it.
No, it's just
Like, look at it. It looks like it could be a
embarrassed.
beautiful placenta, but it's like, God, like I'm here. She took a bite out of me.
Yeah,
I didn't
like,
ask to be on
didn't even leave me
this.
intact. It does look like a kidney. Yeah, like I almost put that as an emoji in one of our posts. All right. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, have we talked enough about this fucking placenta? No, we haven't, because now Robin needs to make
Almost.
it about
Okay,
it.
6:05.
All right. We're at the placenta. If anyone wants to know, we're at this exact moment.
You can see the bite mark that I took out of it.
It's big too.
It's huge.
Freaking big flank steak.
Oh, stop saying that.
The
Oh, hi, Mary.
placenta thing. No, I have heard people
Hi.
say that it's like super healthy. I'm disgusted by it. It's really gross. No, in no way, shape, or form. My first instinct was that is disgusting. That's
Ding.
disgusting.
Mhm.
But it's what all mammals do. I wish so badly
I don't know
I
about
would have
that.
known about eating your placenta, encapsulated placenta. I wish so bad. I would have done it in a heartbeat. Okay, well, I'm going to shock y'all. I was the first one to do it.
Also,
Yeah.
that might be the least shocking thing about that you ate your own placenta. Like, of course you did. Anything to get you closer to your own fucking children. Of course you did.
I still have some parts of Cody inside me.
No, man.
Mm.
man.
You know Cody did too.
Cody
I
ate the
absolutely can
placenta?
see Cody having it too. And being like,
Yeah.
you know, fathers can have postpartum depression too.
It's like a
I
blood
think
brother
I should have some
situation.
too, Robin. Yes.
Yeah,
Like
men-
the two of them
why
shared
does
it,
only
but
the
it's their
girl get
secret.
this?
They're not gonna share their secret.
This is like one of their little like joke, their little inside like things together. Just for them.
The dress and the placenta.
The dress, yeah. I have
I
the
could see
puppy
Robin
one.
actually like saving it, like drying it out, saving it, putting it
like
in the
her
kids'
flowers
baby
from her wedding,
books.
drying out her placenta.
Mm.
Look,
Yeah.
Walter stole his spot back now.
Oh, he's like, get out of here, you little bitch.
Yeah.
God, she has gotten so big.
Oh no, she's huge. Look at her.
Is she still available for adoption?
Yeah.
Oh, where should
No
everyone go?
applications yet.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She's really chill. She's a good girl. She's huge though. Look at this.
Oh, no,
Right,
she's
you're going
so
down.
sweet. Okay, where should everyone go to look for Whiskey and Whiskey's siblings?
Pause for change. Pause.
Number 4?
Number 4
Oh.
and pause. PAUSE. She just
Oh,
it's
so
on
like you're
Instagram.
pausing, like a pause button.
Pause for change. Also, I posted about it on our Instagram. I actually added to the Instagram this month. All right, let's do it. Here's Robin
All
talking
right,
about a placenta.
640.
And look, there's Aurora in the fucking picture. Got it right up in there.
It was something my midwife suggested to me, and I just thought I'd try it. So
Before you
I
squirted
had
on her?
postpartum depression with one of my children. It's scary.
Yeah, the one you squirted on.
It's super scary. It's no fun.
Oh, he smells delicious. He smells
Oh,
sweet.
They always smell like breast milk to me.
Well, breast milk has a lot of sugar.
So
it's so gross.
Rumored that
Okay,
in
here
the
we go.
church, a lot of the sister wives would sit around and breastfeed and swap kids. So
Sorry,
there's
I
this
accidentally hit
rumor
10 seconds.
that-
Okay. This has been discussed in the book and in season 2, I think, that Janelle wasn't producing milk and Mary breastfed. So why is this even getting brought up again and then being denied by everyone?
I think they might have. Okay, so I think there's a thing to it, but at first, I just want to say I think it's disgusting that they pointed out that the babies probably smell like breast milk, and it's like his daughter's breast milk, and he's like, I don't care. It's just so sweet. Breast
And
milk
then
is
even just
sweet."
smelling
I'm
the
like,
head, because I'm like, that head was in McKelty's vagina. There's just
or
something.
like under her breast, like 30 seconds ago.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, true, true. No, ma'am.
But the thing with the breastfeeding, okay. And I'm looking at the comments too. So
I can grab the comments if you want.
okay. I think what may have happened was, we knew that Madison was failure to thrive. She wasn't eating. She wasn't Janelle wasn't producing enough milk. And so Mary breastfed her. I'm wondering if it was like that Mary pumped, like she pumped and then gave that milk to Janelle to supplement with.
I think she actually
without
breastfed. I feel like they would have.
actually breastfeeding.
But does that even matter if she
Okay,
was?
so well, I think it's different than like a baby on your breast. Like there's like breast milk donation places where you could like buy and whatever. I do think if it was like a breastfeed where she breastfed Madison actually on her breast, I think it might have been like a one-time thing where like she was screaming, crying, and they like had to like immediately get her something. And it wasn't like a regular base on a regular basis.
Would that even matter though? Like that doesn't even faze me either. Like if the baby needs to eat, what's the difference?
Okay, so what I think the reason that they're putting this scene in here is all of them are being like, yeah, no, that's not like a regular thing that people do, is just sit around and being like, oh, Johnny, you're hungry? Okay, come on up.
Did anyone think that? I didn't think that.
Well, people might be thinking that because Christine's like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. Janelle says, no, that didn't happen. Mary's like, I mean, I fed one of the babies, but it wasn't like a regular normal thing. And then Robin's like, oh, I saw it all the time. I think what the whole reason for the scene is to show that Robin's a liar.
Oh, well, but was Robin
because they all say, no, it's not a thing. And then Robin's like, oh, I saw it all the time. And you have three polygamous women saying it's not a thing. I think Christine says, like, I've never seen that happen.
And Christine
Robin's like, it's true.
grew up in polygamy, and Robin did not, and has never lived polygamy a day in her life.
Right. So I don't know. Let us know in the comments, but I think it was absolutely to show the juxtaposition of like all of them saying, no, it's not a thing. And they go to Robin, and per usual, Robin knows everything about polygamy. And
I've seen it. I've seen it where this happens with the wives. I've seen it.
Yep.
No, you didn't, because you didn't grow up polygamous. Okay.
Exactly. 7:15.
All right. Can't wait to get this conversation over.
That you guys would pass around kids and breastfeed them in a big circle.
We never did. That was just a joke. We never
Are you
did
sure?
that. Never. That is not a cultural. We did not. That was
I strongly disagree too.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard from other people that it was a common thing in growing up.
And McKelty's like, no, I've heard that because Robin has told me. Just like Robin's girls saying like, oh, someone told me, several people have confirmed and told us. McKelty's doing the same thing. Oh yeah, I've heard the same thing, that it was a regular occurrence, and she's
I
referring
also
to
love
it.
how Tony and McKelty are so bad at social cues that they can't understand. They can't sense that Christine doesn't want like this conversation, and that it's actually kind of offensive to like her entire like culture, even though she doesn't believe in it anymore. Sorry, my cheeks are really red for some reason, so I'm just doing my
Oh,
best.
you look gorgeous.
You
Okay,
say
so
so.
7:40.
All right, ready?
Just pass on kids for breastfeeding.
Which mother's nipples hold out the longest?
No, it was a joke. That's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I just like teasing my mom. If
He's
I love
disgusting.
somebody, I'll tease them. It's just my love
You're too
language.
old to do this.
But I would not be surprised if that happened.
I
I'm
would not
just
be
saying.
surprised if that happened in any culture.
Especially hers.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Tony,
I'm just saying.
drop it.
I've only ever breastfed my kids.
I'm just saying.
Ever, I
I'm just
promise.
saying.
I've only ever breastfed my kids too.
Especially her. Okay, Christine is your actual mother-in-law, and she has done nothing but try to like you. Like, don't make that any harder, please.
Yeah.
Tony's gross. Tony's gross.
And Tony did the thing that he does, especially in the season 12 that we're recapping when they're engaged, where he'll just say something just for complete disgust, shock value. When he's like, I was gonna say, anybody got any tampons? Whose nipples hold out the longest? Who says that?
We just had sex. That's all it took.
I don't even want to say nipple in front of my mom, and I'm 40 some years old. Like, can you imagine saying nipple in front of like your in-laws? Talking about her nipples too?
In front of a camera, but they love it. God, they love being on TV. Why don't the likable children like being on TV?
Did your nipples hold out longer than Mary's nipples or Janelle's nipples or Robin's nipples?
Nipple butter, that cream.
Disgusting. Like, wouldn't you smack your husband if he said that? Like, oh my God.
No, she
You're talking
loves
about
it.
Daphne's nipples. Are you kidding? Oh. Okay, so we're gonna go to Mary over here at about 8:16.
That's because you didn't want polygamy. I actually breastfed one of our kids. It was not my own child, and that was something that was kind of medically necessary at the time, but it wasn't something that we did on a regular basis just for fun.
No one thought that though.
Yeah, I think this was like a one-time thing.
Maybe.
By the way, Janelle is looking so fucking fierce. And I just love this. Everything is right. The navy, she's realized that navy is a good color on her. Plus the blazer, she wears a blazer better than Robin even fucking wishes she could. And just the hair, just the whole kind of lesbian chic thing she's got is really
Janelle has great volume. You know what? I need to ask her what products she uses on her hair. I bet you it's like White Rain and
she's not
Head and Shoulders or something. A 3-in-1. Sure. Body wash, shampoo, conditioner, boom, done.
Everything. She doesn't wash her legs. She doesn't have time to wash her legs.
Janelle ain't washing her legs. No.
Everything
doesn't even shave her legs. She's like, why would she? Like my mom, I asked her, I think I was like at her house, whatever it was. And I was like, oh, do you have a razor? And she's like, a razor for what? I'm like, your armpits, your legs. And she's like, oh, I don't do that. Like, when's the last time you shaved your armpits or your legs? And she's like, Jody, I'm 80 years old. It doesn't grow anymore. I don't know. Do I have anything? Like, don't you just run a quick little boom, boom, just to make sure?
I definitely don't on my legs.
I think it's just a Janelle thing. She's like, no one sees my legs. It's fine.
Okay, and if they do, I will. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna go live in a teepee and grow my leg hair out.
I never had enough milk.
8:36.
I would have been hard pressed to do that. So. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Women would breastfeed each other's babies.
Liar.
And also, why is she acting disgusted about this? Because that also kind of goes against everything.
True. Oh, it looks like she's lying. She's like,
she's lying and she's acting disgusted. If you're gonna lie and say yes, it happens, at least support it and be like, you gotta do it sometimes for the baby.
Yeah. She's like, well, I'm guilty. We used to do it all the time. No, you didn't. Point to the woman that handsome Alice breastfed, because I don't believe it. No way. Especially how selfish Robin and her family are. They're not just giving up their their nipples willy-nilly.
Precious. That's Cody. That's for
Mm-mm.
Cody.
No,
In
no,
our
no.
in our culture, I've seen it
8:55.
plenty of times. Absolutely. It's not like, oh, let's turn. It's not like musical babies. It's not like that.
So what is it, liar?
Like necessity and help, and community of women, being supportive to each other about their children and stuff. So
Cutest little ears. Look at those cute little ears. He's got the cutest ears.
oh, look at him. Look at your daddy. He's crying.
Ew, don't say
It's just
daddy.
fun.
Right there, she
know,
slipped.
yeah.
Babies.
Because that's what
Well, Christine and I have
Robin
been
and
reaching
all of
out.
Robin's kids call him
Healthy have been
daddy.
healing. It's special to have this time with them. I must actually be done having babies because I'm excited about these ones. Really big. Oh,
18
such
kids
sweet little
later.
boys.
McKelty's relationship with Cody is she's not afraid to ask what she needs to ask for. I'm really glad. Robin has a close bond with all of them, Avalon, Ace, and Archer. And then Cody needs to have a close bond with them too. All the kids just need to take an example out of McKelty's book. She's not afraid to ask for what she needs. It's amazing.
All right, let's go ahead
And
here.
he's like, you're
All right, I'm right as it's about to start
Okay.
here.
Okay, we are at sorry guys, 10:35.
Okay, I sent you a text message, by the way. It's not urgent. All right, here we go.
Nope.
It's terrible. I'm sorry. So I've been on a date a couple of
All right, so we're getting into Christine and David, and immediately my mom's like, "Oh, we're sick of this," but it's like you have to. They're not shoving it down our throats that much. I will give them that.
Mhm.
Also, look at what this man has done to her. He has broken her down into a shell of herself where she is questioning whether she can even kiss anymore. Like this was me when I went on that first date like a couple months ago when I was throwing up. Like because I was so broken down to think like all I wanted was for him to look at me and not like leave. So I get that Christine
Yeah.
is just, like so nervous and like as annoying as it kind of is, I am so happy for her. She finally gets to feel like what it's like to be in love and like be told she's beautiful
Yes.
for herself too.
And it's hard. It's really hard. Like I'm in that where it's like, wait, like, oh, this is how it's supposed to feel, or this is what it's supposed to be like. And it's hard not to be like, how do you not know this? You were married, you have kids, you're an adult, but it's like, no, it's
And
legitimate.
it's not necessarily even also just past relationships. It's just the years of, being a woman, growing up in the 90s and, everything that goes along with body image and stuff.
Yep.
All right, you're being very bad right now.
Oh,
I guess I'm going to have to try to do this double-handed. All right.
David. I met him online, and on our first date, we hit it off really, really well. And I said, you have to see, we look adorable together. I'm just going to show you. This is our second date. Look.
at 10:57.
It's cute.
Thank you.
David and I have gone out twice now. I told him everything. Polygamy background. I told him everything. And anyway, he goes, oh, okay. He goes, I know about polygamy. My sisters live polygamy. And I'm like, do you want to live polygamy? And he's like, no, gosh, no, I'm not interested in that. Like, phew. I was so nervous. I didn't sleep at all the night before I told him. But he was great with it. So I don't have to explain polygamy, which is great. Because sometimes you explain polygamy.
Also, the one thing I kind of don't like about this is kind of that there's a little bit of deviousness here in the fact that we know that David already knew going in everything about Christine because his daughter was the one that set them up. But also, I guess I'll give him a pass because, like, when do you bring that up? Like, oh, I know everything about you already.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, okay, well, he's obviously like Googled you before you're meeting up. Like everyone's doing some recon here. But I don't know, maybe Christine didn't. Maybe Christine is one of the few, like my mom, who doesn't use the internet a lot. She's not Googling, but that wouldn't make sense because she said it wasn't an app. It was actually a dating site, right?
Yeah, but that
or a
doesn't mean that
matchmaker or something.
maybe she was like using OkCupid, but like on her desktop. That could have been what she's talking about.
Okay, got it. Well, I'm happy for her, but yeah, this is scary, especially after your only comparison or your only experience was dating one person and marrying one person and having that as your only like big serious relationship. And
And
I
then
get that. I
finding
relate
out
to
that the
that.
whole thing was a lie and that he never loved you. That is just so devastating to hear that all of that was not real and that at our wedding you were dreading it.
Yeah.
Ready?
I still don't know where I fall on like if he loved them or not, but I don't know. We'll see.
Well, actually, I wanted to bring this up. I think that Cody, what I think he's doing here is that he is reading all the comments and stuff, and he's seeing that all of us for the past few years have been like, why doesn't he just come out and say, oh, I never knew what I love Robin. I never, but none of us were saying we want you to say that you never loved them. It's more just like you should say, oh, once I met Robin, that's like, I knew what love was. But now he's just doubling down and going, well, I never loved them. So I think he's probably confused in real time. Well, this is what everyone wanted me to say.
And he does slip in this episode. I watched this episode before. He does slip and he says that he loved his wives.
Yeah.
No, he says like he loved his wives. I was like, oh, so you just told on yourself there. To a certain extent, even if he wasn't in love with Christine at the time, there has to be some sort of at some point in time a love or adoration for a degree of it at least.
On 90 Day Fiance, I think I asked you one time, like, well, Michael and Angela, I was like, he seems to love her. And you were like, yeah, but when you're with someone that long, like, of course you grow affection for them. So for him to say that he never loved, it's just such a, it's invalidating everything. And it's even worse with Mary. It's way worse with Mary, what he does to her, especially when she's the only one that kind of still tried to stand up for him.
Well, it's just a very immature argument because he had 3 wives leave him, but he's like, but I actually didn't love you anyway first, so it doesn't matter. You can't hurt me. It's just so basic, immature. It's like, well, I'm going to say it first. I want you to leave me because I never loved you.
Except he never said it first. He's now just retconning the whole thing. It's just he's trying to kind of fit the narrative that he thinks we want, but he doesn't get it, so he's not doing it right.
Yeah.
All right,
exactly.
I'm pressing play.
Okay, 11:30.
And guys think you have loose morals, and then they think that you're going to be interested in their open marriages. It's like, no, that's not the situation. Yeah, but it's super fun. It's a fun conversation. God, he's just solid, and he's real, genuine, and I gotta just be me. And he really liked me for me. I could tell. When I met Cody and married Cody, we had a very different relationship. He was already married, and I wanted to be respectful of that. So we talk on the phone, and we were good friends before we got married. But it's not like this giggly, fun. Like, it's really solid. Like, he's a really, really good guy. He hasn't made any like physical gestures of being attracted to me, right? He didn't hold my hand on the second date, and we didn't kiss on the second date, but it is only the second date. I get that, but still. So anyway, before things progress anymore, I need to have a conversation with him about, is he attracted to me and everything like that. So it's like, yeah, I really like him a lot. Just saying.
All right, here we go. We got Gabriel in the house.
Game day.
Do you want some breakfast?
Yeah, but I'll make it. You're good.
Gabriel is he's my deep thinker. He's always been my deep thinker. He's been going to Northern Arizona University, and I know he's been speaking with a counselor. They're really great at the university about making those resources available.
Oh, Chanel loves free resources.
Let me see what time it is while they're making these eggs.
Your dad always had this like this system. Like, he didn't want him flipped over. He wanted to put the lid on.
Again, sunny side up. Not that crazy.
restaurant.
Yeah. He's got.
I feel like whenever Janelle makes eggs, no matter what she's intending on making, they just turn into a scramble.
Mhm.
It's getting presented to you as scrambled eggs.
Yeah. It's a like
There's
even
no running
she'll be like,
joke.
it's a quiche. Like I would love to see what Janelle's quiche would look like because it's not
It'll be
looking like a
undercooked,
quiche.
I think it would be very
It's not looking anything like a quiche.
But this is Gabriel making this.
Yeah.
He's pretty peculiar.
Cody has not really had much contact with my children since everything really went down with COVID. I think everybody's been just trying to be safe. And I don't know why Dad is.
So pretty.
Maybe it's a form of midlife crisis.
See, I don't know. I think it's real. And I
think it's real. I just don't think that it's serious enough for him to not see us for the next 6 months.
After the COVID scare was over and we all went back to
I
our.
feel like Garrison is definitely in this scene and they've cut him out. So I guess is that what we're doing? Is that how we're handling this? Because he's not even been mentioned.
Yeah,
I'm really nervous to have
probably. And that's where the trouble with having all of this footage from 2 years ago is. It's like, how do you piece this together?
But that said, I still think that they are definitely very slowly setting up a narrative here that it will lead to Garrison's death. And I hope that it really hits hard. I hope it fucking does. I hope it hits hard.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be the one to say it. All right, here we go.
14:10.
We still couldn't reconcile as a family because Cody felt like the boys needed to give an apology to him and to Robin, especially to Robin. And after it sort of morphed into this, well, they just need to come and talk to me. I mean, Cody's whole mantra was, my kids have been not loyal to me, and
I love when she does her Cody voices always like this. Her impersonations of anyone she's talking about are always like this. Ooh.
Was that your Cody?
Liked it.
Was that your Cody voice?
Okay. Oh, I liked it. Okay, Janelle, she's so funny.
Has been disrespected, or some bull like that, and I'm like, whatever, Cody. Yeah, whatever.
He hit me up. It was like strange because he was like, "Hey, I miss you," and then he kept like phrasing it like I owed him an apology.
Yeah.
And he's like, eventually I was just like, hey, unless you're like actually ready to have a relationship and fix things, then we're not going to talk anymore. He came back a couple of days later and texted me. It's like, hey, I've been
I
thinking
spied
about
some
what you were saying.
Takis on top of the fridge.
What, Takis?
I think I spied a purple bag of Takis on top there. Also, Gabe, with this hair, he is in his era of colonial attorney in his own little like bookkeeping shop, like next to Benjamin Franklin's office.
Didn't Benjamin Franklin have syphilis? Yes, but I don't. My name is Gordon.
Yeah, he looks like Gordon here.
Please forgive me.
He looks like Gordon. His name is Andy Daly. Top tier Doughboys guest.
Oh God.
Forgive me for what? Like, what's going on here?
Stop. 15:15.
If there would ever be any, I don't know, because I told him you guys should get a counselor or something. I mean, like, I don't know. What do you think?
I think Dad, I don't know. I told Dad that if he doesn't change and he can't take accountability, then I just won't ever see him again, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, it's been a long time. In the very beginning, Gabriel took it very hard because Cody was someone who would take Gabriel with him on business trips. And
check that picture.
Who's front and center there?
One of these things does not belong
away. Aurora.
God. You don't go here. Except you are technically Cody's first cousin or something like that.
Like why does she get front and center every time?
No,
every time.
It really is. You guys think that we're a little mean? I don't think anyone actually thinks that. But in this rewatch, look at how often she is first to enter, front and center, sitting on Daddy's lap, holding Daddy's hand during Isabella's birthday.
I mean, we could probably count, again, not an exaggeration, to count on one hand in our rewatches. We're in season 12, where Aurora has not been front and center with the adults when they're talking. She's just like hanging out there with the older kid. It really is a lot. That's why I'm shocked that Gabe said, "Oh, she was like, she was one of my best friends or
I
whatever."
thought you were gonna say we could count on one hand the amount of times that Truly was ever held by anyone.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah. That too.
Well, how do you have Saul on your shoulders and Ariola
Ariana
and
in
your
front
little
of you, yeah.
baby Bjorn, right?
Yeah.
Cody
1550.
was an amazing father. He was a totally engaged father. And that continued through their, high school years and everything. And then all of a sudden it was just like, well, you're not obedient, you're not loyal, you're disrespectful, so I'm done with you. Yeah,
Those eggs are
yeah,
ready
it
to
would
take out. God. Oh shit. God damn it. I just accidentally went to the beginning. Fuck. I know. It's all happening.
We're at like 1615.
That
So
doesn't help me though.
yeah, the eggs are ready to go. I also want to just point out Janelle's kitchen is giving me agita. There are
Every piece of counter space is
appliances
being utilized.
akimbo. And I get it. It's a small space. She's coming from a house. Like, you're going to have just tons of stuff. But I mean, like, there's a coffee machine, an air fryer, a
Air fryer's red.
toaster,
Doesn't match anything else.
like an oven toaster, a KitchenAid. Like, there is any and every appliance that you could possibly want in that kitchen, which leaves 5 inches of counter space to do anything else.
Ooh, you know what? I just remembered happened the other day. And let me get your guys' comments here. I was plugging in, my air fryer was on. And this is what I did. I was closing the air fryer. So like, when you like close it, there's like it turns on, like when it closes, it ignites something in there, right? So I had it open. I took out whatever I was eating. And then at the exact same time, as I closed it, I unplugged it and it like sparked. It like, and like the cord is now black on like the male part.
You like interrupted a current.
So can I now use that again? Or I'm scared to like even like try to plug anything back into that.
Yeah, that I do not know.
What do I do?
That
My dad is an electrician. I guess I could just ask him.
Oh God, yeah.
But what do you think? Like, do you think I am okay to like try to plug something back in there?
I mean, would I try it again? Yes.
You would. Well,
yes.
If you would do it, I'll do it.
Is Ron going to come over anytime soon?
I mean,
not that I want you to sacrifice Ron, but I just feel like,
I wouldn't.
Oh no, okay. People are saying that they wouldn't. That they would not.
Throw a rubber glove on. Okay.
Oh, that's a good tip.
I wouldn't.
Okay, we're getting a whole bunch of
now you guys are making me want to go do it like now. I just walk downstairs and do it.
Now you have to.
I never come back. Right. Here we go.
Okay,
I found it in the spot. We're on the eggs that are being cooked in. They're like deep fried eggs at this point. A lot of oil on this plate.
Oh God.
The oil has now on top of the eggs, but here we go.
All right, we're at about 1612.
An act of God, so
I don't really know what Cody wants. The last I knew, he really just thinks the kids should, let him be their patriarch. And how that would go, I think, is that they would have to conform to the way that Cody and Robin see the world. That's how I perceive it. And I think that's how my kids perceive it too. And they just don't want any part of that.
Janelle is just dead wrong about me and patriarchy. I've never been patriarch.
You said it.
Oh,
you said it though.
Oh, but he has an excuse, Amanda. By the way, we're at 1648. He has a reason why. Okay, let's see what he says. He's never been.
I lost my fucking spot again now. All right, what's happening on screen right now?
It's Cody saying, "I've never been patriarchal." We're at 1648.
Would have to conform to the way that
Cody right after
that see the world. That's how I perceive it.
Okay, I think you're a little ahead.
Perceive it too, and they just don't want any part of that.
Janelle is just dead wrong about
Sorry, so that's right. I'm not
I've never been
this.
patriarchal. I've never behaved patriarchal. I actually was just angry once when Christine was leaving.
Once,
and I said,
one time, you guys.
Patriarchy thing, but I've never been patriarchal.
He's really sad.
Okay. I guess I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, you were sitting in a lawn chair and you said, I guess the only answer is to Go back to patriarchy.
God, he is
You
such
said,
a dick.
but
in
he
that
didn't
show.
mean it. He just said it the one time.
He was
That's
mad one time.
just the one. Us women are the dum-dums if we believed him. He was joking. He was mad.
Isn't the very definition of polygamy pretty much patriarchal? It's all about the
Mm.
men having power and being like the king and having respect.
Well, love should be multiplied, not divided.
Yes, for the men. For the men.
Yeah.
The women have
so-
to keep sweet and ignore those pesky feelings of jealousy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, it takes a few times for us to process and to learn things. So just ignore what Cody said before. Listen
Yeah.
to him now. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna
17 minutes.
There, this is actually better. If I flip it.
whole,
Yes, perfect.
like, I was
We're
just
lined up.
trying to do
We're
what
lined
was
up.
good for the family. Like he's kind of stuck there.
I don't buy that at all, honestly. Like, I mean, this isn't like a popular opinion in our family, but I think that he was
He's so
doing
sweet.
right.
He's making his mom breakfast.
I
Adorable.
know.
The family members. that
Everything looks
he
burnt.
chose
Everything is
to be
burnt.
with, not for the family.
Well, I think a lot of
There's
the kids-
Janelle's ready with her spoon. She's already holding it. She's like, I got it. Spoon.
Give me a spoon.
Spoon.
God, I love her.
like there was some definite
Favoritism.
considering one person's perspective way more than the others.
I think so.
I love my wives. I love my children. I just wanted to keep everybody safe. When I got COVID, I did become a little bit hostile. It was like a sort of a bias.
A little bit.
Experience. I mean, I saw the Grim Reaper. It was.
No, your audio didn't cut out. We were just taking a moment for Cody. The life that he had, that he
Barely
almost
had
lost.
a fever. I have a bigger fever now than Cody does.
99 degrees.
0.4.
That's my body temperature on the coldest of days.
Yeah. In the dead of winter.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be lower than 100. I'm happy to be in the double digits.
Oh my God, best day ever. Like you,
Freezing.
I probably could be admitted to the ER with my body temperature right now. I'm wearing a sweater.
You know who wasn't admitted to the ER? You know who wasn't admitted to the ER? Cody. And remember when
Well,
he
no, no, that
tried to
could
force
be-
his way in?
No, his trapezius were sore, Amanda.
Oh. And Robin was like, cough, cough.
Mm.
Not hooked up to a respirator.
No, she changed to her Vera Bradley bag because she didn't want to bring in her David Yurman bag.
I know.
You might remember that scene. She's recording herself like this without a respirator or additional oxygen. No.
She's not even in a hospital room. It's just like a curtain. It's a section. It's like she has a camera. Can we just get her in and out? Cody's waiting. Well, I was thinking about just saying that I had I was having trouble with breathing. Hey, stop.
Yeah, his gluteus maximus. I mean, he really, really went through it. Isabel, I heard though, had just like such a good time recovering from her back surgery.
She didn't need it. She wasn't even at 50% yet. Do you know what 50% means this?
Smooth recovery.
Smooth.
God, it hurts to do that. Oh,
I hope she's embarrassed about that. I hope that she's humiliated by that.
No, Amanda, she thinks what she did was real smooth.
Oh, throw the picture of Tony that's up there too. Oh, God.
He fucks a woman.
So he fucked so hard he got twins out of it.
God, ew. Which is worse? Who would you rather be stuck on Naked and Afraid with?
I feel like
Aurora
Tony would at least be
or
like
Tony?
Mr. Survival Man, where Aurora would just pretend to have a panic attack the whole time. Aurora's dead weight.
You really think that Tony would be able to like forage and hunt?
No, but I think he'd at least participate because he'd be trying to prove that he knows what he's doing. Aurora would just be like,
Yeah. You know what? I think I might, oh God. I don't think I could take Tony. I think first of all, he would like just disgust me. And I feel like he would like, you'd be like trying to start a fire and he'd be like, "Oh, you're never going to get it that way." Or like, just to be funny, he would like splash with some water and be like, "Huh, just kidding." And you'd be like, "What the fuck, dude?" Or like, he'd be like, "So should we like cuddle tonight for warmth or are you just gonna be a big bitch about it?"
And he's like, I didn't bring deodorant.
Yeah. Maybe you should do the fishing because you have like your period and the sharks can attack and then I'll fish for the
would make
sharks.
it careful for bears.
He would make everything uncomfortable. Aurora, she's fucking tapping day one. So I'm going with Aurora.
Can you hold on?
And she's annoying. I'd be like, "Oh my God, I think I hear food like way far out there. I think you should go." And then she just like go out there and get lost.
I'm just rearranging the dogs here. All right, there. All right, well,
Just rearranging the dogs.
God.
Oh my God, you guys are so funny. Tony drops your last match in the stream for sure. Oh, he would poop too close to camp. Absolutely. Oh God. Aurora would be in full panic attack the entire time, as I probably would too. But I think Aurora would take direction better. You'd be like, "Stop crying and go get the water," and she'd do it.
Yeah, but then I mean, it would just be a whole. She was so mean to me out there, Mom. All right.
Okay. All right. And we are out. Sorry about that. Oh, Janelle's about to serve us up. She's like waitress. 1752.
I mean, I think that he can say what he wants, but you know, if it's brown and it stinks, it's probably.
My children have really begun to express that they feel like COVID just presented an opportunity for their dad to do what he's been wanting to do for a long time, which was live and make a life with his favorite wife. I mean, let's not mince words. And their dad had been expressing things to them just off the cuff about, he wished that he would have waited and just married Robin.
What an insane thing to say to anyone but your kids.
And Cody's going to deny it. In the next clip, immediately, he's like, "Oh, I never said that."
Well, conversation never happened.
That isn't something that someone would just make up out of nowhere.
No.
Like, none of the kids would have just come up with that on their own. Like, Isabel wouldn't just walk in a room and be like, "Yeah, weird thing. Dad just said that he'd rather marry Robin and none of you." Like, no one would choose to make that up and then tell their mom that.
I mean, it's very similar to Robin saying that the biggest regret of her life was having her kids. And now Cody's saying that to his kids. I wish I'd never married her. That means that your kids wouldn't be born. Like, he doesn't get that. Of course, it didn't happen, according to him.
Right. 1823.
I never once told any of my children that I wish that I would have waited and just married Robin. That's a misunderstanding that has become a gossip in the family.
Stop calling it gossip.
Or that game where you just repeat gossip, and by the time it gets back to you, it's completely distorted. It's really
that game.
Or he spews shit and he forgets what he says, and then he hears it back.
And also, even if you didn't say it, you said it through your actions over the past 20 years. You said it.
Yeah, we see you live at Robin's house. You live there full time. That's obviously your favorite place to be. Or
even in the cul-de-sac.
Because you have 3 other alternatives.
Kids, but my kids have many stories like that. So they automatically now are thinking that this was just an opportunity for him to kind of maneuver into that position.
All right, let's go ahead.
All right.
A Band-Aid.
We're at 1924.
Great.
This music is so bad.
Okay, so
hi Mary.
On what's going on with me and Cody. It's been an interesting year. It's been an interesting year.
You want something that we can't have together.
At 1950.
We can always have something else, but not that.
I really, really felt like that he was just doing everything that he could to have me be the one to leave so that he could say, my hands are clean. She's the one who left.
Well, that's what we've been saying for years.
After that, I decided I was going to move forward with the official termination through the church where we had gotten married. I texted Cody and I said, hey, I went ahead and started the process. In 2 weeks, if you want to, input, have anything to do with it or whatever. And he never responded to my text.
Like, you can't even respond to her as a human being. That is...
Well, because he was mad because she's going to the church. Now, Mary should have never said anything to him. That's the only thing in my mind that she did wrong.
Though.
Yeah, she couldn't help herself. Because really the ultimate thing would have been for her just to have gone and been like, look, he abandoned me, or what, this is the deal. And they just fill him in and let him know.
That is true. But Mary,
that's what he hates.
Trying to be nice.
He hates that the church is now like scolding him and judging him. And
Other
being like,
men, Jody, men are saying things about him now.
Right. The authority is saying you did something wrong. Yeah. It was your fault, and he cannot take that.
And they use the word abandonment, which for me, why does he even care about that? For some reason, that really bothers him, the abandonment thing. I don't see why that would even bother him.
Because it's implying that it's his fault, that he did something wrong, and he will never admit that he did something wrong. And it's an authority figures telling him that, other fellow men, his former bros, who he probably used to wrestle back in the day.
So weird. None of his friends have been in this season so far, hey? I wonder if Nathan and Brian Caldwell both were like, got so much shit and made fun of so much the last season that they're like, fuck this.
We're out. Yeah,
I don't
no.
I don't need the $2,000 that I made for that whole season.
Yep. Okay, 2041.
Mary's driving. Right.
I did take a trip up to Utah earlier this week, and I met with the leaders of our church, and I was granted what is called in our church a release.
I would have loved to see that meeting.
Basically, the equivalent of
I bet there was a lot of laughing in that meeting.
It was a very, very hard conversation. Hard in meaning heartbreaking, because this is not what I wanted to do. This is not what I intended when I married Cody. Back in 2014, Cody and I did do a legal divorce.
Worst mistake she ever made.
That whole process was
worst mistake she ever made. So sad.
He could then marry Robin legally and then adopt her 3 older kids. But our spiritual marriage, our spiritual ceiling was still intact. When we marry, it is for eternity. Like, that's the intention. So once
last week Mary was sweeping, now she's shoveling. She really is just Cinderella out there. Just Jen is like her little mouse, Cinderella.
But like my mom was like, well, her house is so big. I don't get having a house bigger than what you need. I don't get it, because you have to clean it.
She and Cody were both into that. Because she said that before, like, about having like the house is a big deal to her. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make financial sense at all. Like, the money she could have saved by getting a 1-bedroom apartment is insane, or even a 2-bedroom. Like, have a guest room.
Use a day. I use 4 rooms every day. Well, I guess the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I use that one.
Or maybe she was doing it to try to like impress Cody. Or
maybe he'll want to be over at my house if I have a big house.
You guys have a nice house. Guess what? I have a nice house too. Probably nicer than yours. That's now hoarded and messy and disgusting.
Guaranteed it is.
Freaking Robin's kids' boogers all over the place.
Ew. All right, here we go.
2150.
Terminated or released. That means it's done. Like, there's no bound that keeps us together for eternity. So Cody and I are no longer married in any way, shape, or form.
Good. It's gotta be a relief.
Yeah. Done. So
there's that.
So Robin and I were driving home
I love that this happened with Robin in the car.
Church leader who said, we've...
You know that like it came up on the Bluetooth and he's like, oh, someone important.
Shit.
Oh, let's see what
Oh, see, I would have thought it would have been like, oh God, what are they calling for? Oh no.
But Cody doesn't think like that.
Like he knew Mary was going to have this meeting, but he got the call and he's like, "Oh, they're going to tell me that they told her she was being just a foolish woman." Yeah,
for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right.
22, 21.
No longer married in any way, shape, or form.
Sorry, I went back. Okay, sorry.
So there's that.
All right, now we're here.
So Robin and I were driving home, and I got a phone call from the church leader who said, we've given Mary a release. And he said a few other things that I don't want to necessarily disclose that sort of upset me.
That sort of upset me. Fun car ride for Robin.
And I know he doesn't like that word.
All of a sudden, he just starts like driving like 90 miles an hour.
Oh yeah. Sure. Oh, his curls were like.
What are you scaring me? Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Like he abandoned me. I feel like he did.
Yeah. No, he did.
That if I waited on God, that things could change for mine and Mary's relationship, and that was advice that I took, and I waited. And as time went on, I realized that it was never really going to work.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Married for that. I wish I would have figured.
Have you ever told her that?
I'm going to be going around and pulling down all pictures of Cody and me.
Yes.
We don't need to be there anymore. We're not a couple anymore. And also, we have spent 33 years together. This is like literally the majority of my life. I was 19 when we got married, right? Like, it is my whole adult life.
Yeah, that sucks.
Cody's been emotional about this with Mary. He shed tears about the fact that he and Mary are splitting. And he said, I just wish it didn't have to be this way.
Oh, I'm absolutely relieved that it's done. It's sad, it's heartbreaking, but I am relieved that it's done. I had moved on a long time ago, but let's just be honest here. I was afraid of what she would do if I ripped off that Band-Aid.
What did he fucking think that she was gonna do?
Yeah, I don't get that. I was afraid of what she was gonna do. Was she gonna, I don't know, like bunny boiler? Was she gonna throw all his stuff away? Was she gonna leak?
I think she was gonna leak
things about him.
I think she's got some secrets.
Or
I think that might be what it is.
I'm afraid what she's gonna do, like blow up the show, and then I have to go work.
Yes,
Mary's
I think
gonna bring her paycheck with her.
That the show would go away if there was a divorce. Okay, can you for 1 minute? I'm gonna take this puppy downstairs and put her in the crate because this is not happening.
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Just talk to people for a moment.
Yeah. Yeah, or like, or was she just gonna take her paycheck and go? Is my kind of thing. Like, what would she do? I mean, otherwise, what secrets does she really have? Maybe like their financials and. Brooks has got a good suggestion too. Going to tell Robin's secrets. That's probably more accurate, I bet. Because getting that divorce, Mary had to have seen a lot of things from, read the comments. A lot of things from Robin's past too that she would have to have as information. Let's see. Celine, he was afraid she was going to ask for her money. Oh, on the McMansion back in her equal share in Coyote Pass. Yeah, for sure. It's all money. Yep. Take her money and go. Ooh, tell the IRS. That's true. I mean, Mary, I don't want to think that she would do anything that would like hurt the bigger family, but Mary's got it in her to do
kind
some
of a wild card.
Yeah, she's got some. I mean, she brought Robin in. She kind of co-signed on My Sister Wives Closet.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. She's
in an MLM, like, yeah, I think she's got it in her. But I think for Cody's purposes, he thought that Mary would just ruin the family financially. Okay, 2358.
And he just said Mary was never loyal to me, which is an insane thing to say.
Yeah, what did he mean by that?
Because the
never
catfish.
loyal to
Because that
him?
one catfish thing,
Yeah,
which
but what
you had
about 20
abandoned her
years
before that.
before? He said never. She was never
Because she didn't get
loyal.
along with Janelle, and because to him, her making his life not easy all the time is akin to disloyalty.
Okay. God, that is rich. He's
She was
never been
difficult
loyal
to
to
live with,
any
therefore
of
she's not
them.
loyal.
I mean, if you think about you're not loyal to any of your wives if you're telling their secrets or their things to other wives. Like Janelle said, he leaked like a sieve. Like I knew everything that was going on with him and Christine and him with Mary, not with Robin. But with that, like that's
everyone is
not
saying
loyalty.
Fidelis. And yeah, like he said when he's making those stupid necklaces, he's like, Mary is the most loyal one. All of the women say Mary
She's
is
the only one still there.
Yeah.
She's the only one still with you. That by definition is loyalty.
But I think the catfish thing, he can't get over that. He cannot get over that. The banana pick. It's pretty damning. I'm impressed.
Well, I can't either. 2402.
You get divorced, your reputation is trashed.
Not necessarily, though.
Yeah, I was thinking too. I'm like, who trashes? Like everyone's divorced.
Everyone, yeah, it's a rite of passage.
God. It's
No
a
one
divorced
cares.
man. Who?
It's the most like boring thing, honestly, to hear someone's divorced. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, he probably means it in the church, but it sounds like they're not like super, super active in it. And by the way, we've seen you for 19 seasons. We're not hearing or seeing anything new. It's just being confirmed.
All right, I'm pressing play.
2409.
The way that he's talking about it, it feels like the narrative has changed with him. But the things that he's saying about me to other people and that people are believing are not true. I'm just starting fresh and new and single and me, and I have a lot of plans and ideas, and I've got a lot of things ahead of me that I'm
see me
super
rolling.
about.
Especially with that skeleton.
I was just gonna say, ghosts, hello, we're scary.
She's got symposiums to plan, people.
Yeah.
2444.
So welcome to Worthy Up. Worthy Up is about respecting yourself as a woman, power, empowerment.
I'm really nervous to like do this and everything, but like, thank you guys for taking pictures. I didn't know you were taking any pictures, so thank you for taking pictures. And
tight pants. I'm pressing play.
That's why I follow my dreams.
And also, I'm dealing with this pain right now, so it's this weird conflict in my head. But no, I have not told anybody in the family that I went through this divorce process besides my own kid, and obviously Cody knows, and so whoever he's told, I'm sure he's told Robin, but I just don't see it necessary. Janelle and Christine are already separated from Cody and moving on and doing their own thing, and it would just be weird for me to just pick up a phone and tell somebody I don't really talk to anyway that I just separated.
So Cody called me to talk about something, and he's like, oh, by the way, Mary got her spiritual release from me. And I'm like, okay, good. Good for her. I didn't know you could do that. I didn't know we were eligible because we're no longer.
I know that Cody hates this whole section here because Janelle and Christine, who openly hate Mary, are like, good for her. Great. I hope that she's happy. They used to always talk about each other, so this doesn't track.
Well, he's used to going to Janelle and just being able to like shit talk and like, and gossip, and
I thought Janelle isn't a gossiper. I feel when Cody says that stuff, she's like, oh, yeah, well, yeah.
Unless it was like something about money or buying the house or like the wet bar, that kind of thing.
Oh, she definitely gossiped about the wet bar for sure.
Yeah, but now she's just like, oh, okay. And he's like, wait, what happened to my best friend that I could shoot the shit with? Where'd you go?
That hated everyone I hated.
Oh, 2533.
I'm like, good. All right, cool. I don't even know who to ask. I don't even know anybody at the church over there anymore. And I just don't feel inclined to because I'm just not. I don't know. This is not an issue for me.
I'm not even part of that church, and I don't respect any of the leaders of that church, and I don't think they have any say over my life. But Mary did, and I am really glad that she did. I'm glad that she got the release. I think that's really, really cool. Good for her.
have no intention of becoming the bitter ex-wife.
Become a bitter ex-wife. Who
You
cares?
should, yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you want to
It
do.
doesn't serve me,
Yep,
so
you deserve to be.
I'm letting go of all of that. It's sad because there were so many times when
Ugh. Why are you crying?
She's
Barry
not.
and Clay and I would be together hanging out, and I would just feel the
Trying to get
destiny in
tears.
it. Do you want me
I'm
to
closing a
leave
window.
this
Here's
Keep
that. Here's that moment where Robin looks kind of pretty and happy.
And I just really hope that she continues to want to be friends with him, want to be friends with me, and that we can still have some of those experiences together. And I just hope Mary's okay. I'm
Yeah,
glad
you were not a friend to
it's
her.
started the year fresh. And also, it's heartbreaking. Fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks.
Ooh, that was an awkward episode.
Oh,
Never regret
first episode.
the years, because I know that I'm who I am today because of what I have learned, what I have gone through, you know, and I'm happy with who I am. And I'm also looking forward to what's to come. Who knows what's going to be in my future, you know?
All right, let's get on to this next.
Okay. I am at 2750. Looking at the beautiful mountain. God, the music this episode is insane.
Well, he does see Savannah. It's not frequently, but every couple months, or he'll call and they'll go out. But I don't know.
God, they both live in Flagstaff. Savannah and Cody live in Flagstaff.
So he can see her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whew.
A year.
And Savannah's like such a good kid.
Did not do anything.
Much of any kind of connection with him. I've talked to Savannah about it, and she's like, look, I just have come to realize that this is who he is. He's going to be kind of that dad who shows up and we have a lot of fun, and then he's gone. I can meet him where he's at. It's okay. But
It's my dad.
Older boys take really strong responsibility for Savannah.
Oh,
In fact, Savannah, as a side note, Savannah said that that's who will walk her down the aisle when she...
Oh, Janelle loved that. I'm going to drop this bomb right now because I know Cody's watching it. The boys are walking Savannah down because we know how much Cody loves participating in weddings, and he doesn't even get to.
Favorite thing.
He's going to have to go to the wedding. Like, he's going to have to. And he's going to have
Or
to
not.
sit and watch. Well, he probably
Maybe
won't.
they won't invite him. I wouldn't.
Maybe. But, and he hates his boys. He hates Hunter, Garrison. Hunter and Garrison, I think he hated the most because and Gabe, they're the men that he like. They're men.
Oh,
and
he
they're
wishes
better
he
than
was
him.
like that.
And he wishes they were friends with him.
They're
That's
smarter
all
than
he wants.
him. They're more physically capable than
Oh,
him.
yeah.
They're better looking than him.
They have better
They have
healthy
friends.
relationships,
Relationships. Right, exactly.
personalities. Yeah.
Uh-huh. It
And they're
kills
walking
him.
Savannah down the aisle while you sit and watch from the back row.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Janelle loves saying it.
2840.
What do you think about, because you used to always, like I have somebody in my life who just sacrificed everything and did everything for this family, and we've treated her like dirt. And I'm like, I don't remember ever treating her badly.
I think that Robin
This is so good.
definitely has a victim complex.
Get her.
I mean, to put it bluntly,
Should
I don't
know.
necessarily blame her for
Spoon,
that.
yeah,
think
Spoon, I
that
can't.
Different people do, devise different strategies to keep themselves afloat. But
And I feel really bad about the kids because,
I miss having a relationship with all of them. But I don't blame them at all for following a long party line.
Oh, yeah. Gabe, God, he's so
my
emotionally
kids aren't
mature.
really, they're very, there's a lot of anger towards Robin. They just feel like Robin is always kind of waiting to say, when they say something or do something, she's going to twist it all around. That's how they feel about it. You know what I mean? They're leery of Robin. They are.
If she actually believes that we were mistreating her or her children in any way. When she was constantly getting favorited by dad and we were always working on a relationship with her kids.
Yes.
If she actually believes that, then there's no chance of me having a relationship with Robin ever.
I feel like this scene was for all of us because for years we've all been saying this, and it's not frustrating, but I guess I'll use the word frustrating because we haven't really been hearing from the kids. So they don't post on social media a lot, except for Tony and McKelty. And it's like we never were really sure if they were really in tune. Like we all saw what was happening, but it's like do the kids know exactly
Are there things that we don't know? Like the kids are fine or whatever.
No, Gabe's like, no, she's a victim complex, and we were there for her kids and favoritism. Like he's saying all the buzzwords, which I would love to know what went in before this scene.
Well, you know what Robin would be like? That's a lie, like she did to Christine.
Oh yeah, no, like no, you're misunderstood.
Well, into that, I would love to say, oh God, I just thought this, and I would love to do this to Robin. If Gabe started saying this stuff like to Cody and Robin, and Cody would be like, "Oh, I'm getting out of here." I'd be like, "No, you have to listen and validate his feelings for 5 minutes." Just like Ariola throwing a temper tantrum.
Yeah, you're gonna have
to he has to
him
express his feelings.
It's been a common thing in the comments and on our Facebook that everyone has said, like, the dream would be to have Cody sit down and be forced to watch himself with a therapist and have a man.
Or Robin being like, Robin, here's what you said. Here's video footage that shows the opposite.
Do you know that? Do you see what just that? To have him force, he can't look away. He has to answer the questions.
Yep.
Or he gets zapped in the balls or something. It would be to have him watch it and just take it in, to have him absorb it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he can't like talk back to it.
No, you get $0. You get all of your money, but you get $0 if you avoid a single question. Why don't they just say that to him?
Yeah. I like the zapping part too, though.
Yeah,
like, that would be pretty cool.
All right, here we go. We're probably at like 33:30 or something, right?
We're at 30:16.
Oh, we're going back. Well, yeah, okay, got it.
Robin always strongly supported my relationships with the whole family. Robin herself, her last 2 conversations with Janelle was Robin begging Janelle to have a relationship with her. Janelle's a relationship coward.
The last 2 conversations. Well, yeah, by that time it was too fucking late. Yeah, the last 2 conversations were
relationship coward, says the man who doesn't have a relationship with 14 of his kids. Yeah. Because and they've all said to him, them to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, they've all said as long as you take accountability, we'll be in your life.
Yes.
And so what does that make you? That's not a coward. All you have to do is say, yes, I take the blame for this.
Oh, no, he can't do that.
No, he didn't do anything wrong. He's betrayed.
30-33.
I don't have a lot of respect for Robin, so it's hard for me to rationalize some of her actions.
Yeah, I get her.
And then maybe that's the reason that she's like, oh, you always hated us, is because she doesn't have our respect anymore.
Yeah.
Because she does like that.
Yes.
And Janelle's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, probably. That sounds good.
This is a good point. And Brooke, I'm glad you said this because I was thinking about this too. Robin begged for a relationship after everything went to hell, which is the same thing she did with Mary, like begging Mary to stay, even though Cody is now saying he never loved them, then you're a monster.
Yeah.
If you're wanting someone to stay in a relationship and have a relationship with you. And honestly, this is probably where Ariola gets it. These little kids don't want to be your friend. They're running away from you and you are forcing yourself upon them.
Yes.
That's what Robin is doing to these sister wives. I treat you like shit. I do everything I want. I get everything I want. And you still have to be my friend and treat me nicely.
Yeah, but no. She's a relationship coward, Janelle.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
30-56.
Gotcha.
A mess. Just feels like it's such a mess. I don't know what really happened there, but they feel like there was a lot of triangulation, like ego stroking, like manipulation.
At this point, the thing I want most is to just have a relationship with Robin's children again. Like in middle school.
I love that he said that too, because now they can't bring into the kid. They can't bring the kids in. No,
Yes.
I want a relationship with them. They're fine.
Yep.
Even Aurora, I guess.
If we can't figure out with them, I still want to have a relationship. Aurora was like my favorite person.
Gabe had bullet points before they pressed record on this film. He had bullet points.
All of Cody's kids have a master's degree, a PhD in Cody.
Yeah.
They know what's up more so than Cody does.
Yeah, I wonder if they have like a shared live note that it's just here are all the things to mention in case you get filmed talking about Cody.
Oh, this is great. And this is also a really good point. Oh my gosh. Aloe Vera says, that this is proof that the kids are watching the show, which is true. Yep. They know exactly what Cody's saying.
Yep.
And what Robin is saying and doing. And they have the advantage of like also real life conversations that they've had that they could be like, what the hell? Like they said this on TV, but that's not the way it happened. You're a liar. God, they suck. Gabriel, they're so bad at this. I love it.
Favorite person to hang out with.
30-22.
And in high school, I would always try and hit Dayton up. But I'm not hopeful for a relationship with Dad and Robin.
Gabriel really is sort of, he's at peace. He's at peace that his dad is not in his life.
That's so sad.
You know, that's what I hope for all of my kids. And I think they're all getting there.
I don't know what his beef is with me. I think it's because I literally sat him down and had a conversation about it with him. And he just couldn't handle the fact that I was calm and collected and said, hey, you're hurting this family, no one else. And he's like,
that's the word. I mean, I have somehow stumbled onto narcissist TikTok. I don't know if you ever get those.
I've been there too.
Yeah, weird how we're both on that. And that is that's one of the things that you just can't. You don't engage. If you don't get mad, that pisses them off. And in my experience, whenever I was able to just like turn it off with bacon fingers, that would just enrage it. Because you could see him searching for like ways to, where do I go now with this? Where do I go?
Yep.
I was calm, cool, and collected, and I just laid it out for him. And I bet he was.
Or what is it, like gray rock? You just don't give anything. Yeah, that really.
Well, it's interesting you feel that way. Oh, okay.
Okay. Or just don't respond.
Interesting. That's one of the
3201.
That's interesting.
Something like, you're not loyal just like your mother. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Janelle couldn't care less.
He can say what he wants to say.
The level of unbothered Janelle's,
She's like, oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Good one. Ooh, good one, Cody.
So unbothered.
Cody's answer to everything.
This conversation never happened.
That was his last comeback too. Nope, never happened.
It was just misconstrued and gossip.
Weird. Like all these people are swearing they had conversations with you, and you're the only one saying that they didn't happen.
Gabriel, that history of liar Gabriel, though, such a bad seed, that kid.
God, yeah. 32-20.
Relationships had the fortitude to survive. Those relationships survived.
You can't say that a relationship had the fortitude to survive when you're talking about your own children. That's not like a thing.
Yeah, you do whatever you need to do to have a relationship with your kids.
It's not, that relationship. He's basically saying those relationships were never meant to be. I think that's what he's telling himself in his head.
Yeah. I mean, in my recent experience with, I don't know, narcissistic ex or whatever you want to call it, is like one of the core issues is not being able to admit that you're wrong and course correcting.
Yes, just admit you're wrong. I love admitting when I'm wrong. It gets you out of things way easier, honestly.
Yeah, just admit, this is a totally different situation. Yeah, I messed up.
I won't do that again. That's all
I can hear
wants.
myself, by the way. I'm echoing.
Well, I haven't touched anything, babe.
Oh, okay. I'm taking my own advice. Okay, 32-27.
All right. Let's do it.
It's so interesting because Cody throws around that's like, you're not loyal, you don't respect me. And I'm like, I'm thinking that's a two-way street, buddy. He was never like that before. He used to
Before
not
Robin.
ever use these words. It was always about love and charity and work together as a team and all this. And now all of a sudden it's about loyalty and respect and disrespect and not loyal and all these things. So he's had some sort of a flip.
Yeah, weird. I wonder what that was.
I'm all right. I think it's really good. I'm happy. Really, really happy. So
I mean, it's not easy though.
I stuck it out because you guys were still home and all that. And then when he no longer was a really great father, it's kind of felt like I had the ability to go do something different. So yeah, I'm just so frustrated with Cody.
Can we actually hold on? Can we address this?
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think we probably can.
Yeah, I could set it to public.
We'll chat.
Mandesha is asking, speaking of narcissists, with your lawsuit settled, does that mean the 420 video will see the light of day? Mandesha made this, I don't even know how to describe it, epic time lapse. But it's like not just a time lapse, it's like with like intercut music and stuff like that. Just Jody on 420. And it's like an 8-minute video. And it is so good. And like right when she finally
evolution.
The lawsuit so we were like, let's not post it, but we'll figure that out after we record.
And also I just want to say, only because in the spirit of like Janelle, Christine, Mary, and court of law and divorces and all this kind of stuff. I just want to say that the lawsuit my ex sued me. It actually wasn't settled. He lost.
Yeah,
he lost.
Meaning
like a judge looked at it and was like, no, and no. So I wasn't not to like say anything bad about you, Mandash. I like am thanking you for the opportunity for me to say he lost.
To address it more. Also, I love that like the details of that was that like I know that this isn't the detail, but like something happened where like obviously if he hadn't even taken you to court, nothing would have changed.
No, we'd be in the exact same position right now.
Right, but didn't they add like $13 a month extra? It was like some little minor
he owes he owed me back child support.
That's what it was. Oh, whoops, turned out you actually owe him more.
Yeah.
But now he can pay through Venmo, so he won $20,000 later. Thank God.
He did actually have to pay that difference that he tried to do. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, on all accounts, lost. And by the way, I am not pregnant, you dumb fucking fuck. Yeah, my ex.
You said
apparently because of something
drinking red wine right now.
It's like the heavens are opening up on me right now. I have the sun all over my face.
Yeah, you are fucking in jail right
what
now.
is going on here? Yeah, because I said I'm not like drinking wine and stuff anymore. Apparently that means I'm pregnant.
Which is like so offensive.
Due in November.
If Jody's not drinking, then it has to be because
between me being 44 years old and my boyfriend having had a vasectomy like 8 years ago. God. Like why did he claim I was pregnant? Because he was convinced that we were living together before we were living together, which would have changed alimony, which would have stopped it, which I was like fine with. We'll do like an episode on it, but like
$13,000 from you, which is more than he
in
paid.
Back alimony, which was insane because we weren't living to anyway. Yeah.
And he watches our YouTube channel, so everyone say hi to Dave if he's
he really liked that episode where we talked about Justin Timberlake because that was
there was like a screenshot sent to your lawyer from there. Was that where you said that you were drinking red wine? Or we said something else. You said you were going to cook dinner.
No, that was another episode that I said, we were having dinner.
We were having dinner.
Also these comments are amazing. No, that was the episode that he said when I said, I'm moving to Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah,
because he thought that he could prevent me. He had to give me permission to move. And
He
that
thought he
doesn't work
really
that way
got you. A lot of gotcha.
because we're not what's that word? Married anymore.
This is not a patriarchy.
So I can go like Cody, and I can go anywhere I fucking want to go. Also,
You were like,
how is
you
that
want the kids full
erectile
time?
dysfunction and impotence going? I can say that.
Yeah, you can say whatever you
Fact.
want if it's true.
Yeah.
It was.
So,
Okay, let's
there you go.
all right.
That was great. It like felt amazing just to be able to say that, by the way.
So anyway, all that said, we'll release the 420 video at some point.
Yes.
Today.
Thank you
Today,
for
why
that
not?
that moment. Sorry, a little left turn. Okay. 3310.
Okay, here we go. All right.
And I have several women I've worked with over the years who divorced, and then the father just goes MIA with the kids, you know.
I'm really sorry that Gabriel feels this way. I have reached out to him multiple times, only to get rejected. But it wasn't from a lack of trying on my part.
Oh, okay.
Right.
You texted him once.
On your own, and I thought that was really smart. So
I think a lot of us need it.
I do too. I actually think we all need it. So
I mean, you don't just go through your family crumbling to bits and not need therapy. Like,
Oh, smart.
like, I know that probably for long-term emotional health, there needs to be some resolution. And right now, the kids are still processing it a lot. I would like to see them come to a place of peace. Maybe not reconciliation, though, because I'm not sure reconciliation is possible.
Good, yeah. No, it's
and
not.
That would be fine. And that would be fine. Peace. Cool.
After this horrible experience of breaking up.
All right.
All right, we're at 34:45.
I think this is Robin's big Oscar moment. This is so weird. This is weird. All right. So we'll set this up. It's Christmas Eve. 1 a.m. Christmas Eve.
It's 1 a.m. on the 24th of December.
What has happened here? Has there been a wall punching fight that led up to this? Because this seems like she has both her earphones in. Like, it seems like she does not want Cody to know that this is happening, right?
Yeah, but I think they were just up probably putting presents under the tree to help Santa.
I was going to say because Ariel is still up. It's not Ariela's bedtime yet, 1 a.m.
Well, no, they probably had to wait until Ariola fell asleep. Okay. And now it's 1 a.m.
Why is she on the bathroom floor with both earbuds? And it seems like Cody doesn't know that this is taking place.
For drama, for dramatic purposes.
Yeah, but she also seems benzoed the fuck out here.
You think so?
I don't think she is sober here at all. You didn't think that? That's all me and my mom were saying.
She does look. Yeah, she does look kind of just
and
like.
She's just really, I've been there. Just a little size.
Maybe she probably had like a little bit too much, like Riesling or Moscato or something.
Ice cider.
Oh yeah.
Wassail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You think they're making homemade wassail? They're ordering like genuine wassail from like Britain.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's something expensive. Yeah, she probably had like some extra wine. 3501.
This was the first Christmas since
Ambien. Yeah, it might be Ambien. Honestly, it might be.
I won't have any other family around except for just me and my kids and Cody.
You got handsome Alice.
True.
Ooh, that was a full beaker face right there. Ooh, frozen on a beaker
face. Yeah.
She held it.
I just sit here and look back on everything that's been happening.
Yes, she does look out of it.
Yeah. Well, even just her speech pattern.
Heartbroken.
Zoe, I agree. I think she drank and she's on some like antidepressants or something.
Being a plural family, that's something that was a really big deal to me. And then as I got older, I went through a process of trying to figure out if I, still wanted to live this way. Because when you're young, you kind of do what your parents want you to do, and you kind of feel like this is, you grew up a certain way, so this is how you're going to live. And then as I got older, I got my testimony appointment.
Like they're putting subtitles in for her because she's I'm a
I think
testimony.
I don't know why I didn't pick up on that before. Probably just because I'm always just like, ugh, every time Robin's on. But yeah, I think she had some wine or some drinks, and then
I think she had
know,
taking.
took
I think
her-
she has medication that is prescribed. I feel like she
Yes.
probably has a script for Ambien.
exactly like a
and she
Xanax
had
or
a drink.
something. Ambien. Okay, yeah.
Because it's
Okay, she's
Christmas Eve,
mixing.
Cody, and they do drink. They're always drinking when they're out in public. Not saying that they like are alcoholics. Cody might be.
Yeah.
But I think it's Christmas Eve. Let's all, and maybe even Aurora and Brianna were allowed to have one date, and even though they've all been legal for years.
I mean, listen, thank God I'm having this imaginary baby in November, because come December, I would be like drunk under the table if I had to spend it with Ariola,
Oh,
Aurora, Brianna.
do you think her teachers in 3rd grade they rub whiskey on her gums just to like put her to sleep? They're still doing
just
that
like
trick?
drink darter, like
Yeah, please. Guys, you gotta find those pictures. All right, I'm present.
All right, 3613. A little flashback clip.
Cold
Really
pasta
so
at
nice
Janelle's
down here,
house,
so-
season 1.
Excited to be a part of it.
Oh yeah, she's out
I
of it.
liked how they were one family.
How are you watching this and not thinking she was?
I don't
fucking
know.
hot?
I have no idea, because now I'm like, oh, obviously.
I always wanted to live through marriage. I'm in this place where everything that's going on is just, it's taking away all those choices for me. I'm struggling with my identity and what does it mean, and I don't see my future anymore.
Well, they had to change their identity too, you bitch, just like
And
you
the
did when
hopes
you got
and dreams
divorced.
that I had are just disappearing before my eyes.
People are saying take the cell phone out of her hand. Why did she even send this? Do you think that the TLC has put something on their phones where you can't delete the footage? It's like, I think must be a direct feed. It's like when Ryan was on Xanax when he was driving to his wedding to Mackenzie, and the only reason they had that footage is because there was a direct link to that camera. I wonder if they do that at Robin and Cody's house, because that they sit down and rage record themselves all the time.
Yep. Yeah. He's out on the porch.
Mhm.
She's in the closet or the bathroom.
Cody's things.
Absolutely.
Cody's nightstand. I have been.
Yeah, it's like, oh, these women got a divorce because their husband openly not only doesn't love them, but said he never loved them. Just like your ex-husband, they can't leave, but you can. Okay.
God, I would love for.
She's just a bad person. She is a bad egg.
Can David Preston come out yet? Did he sign some kind of 25-year NDA or something? Why is he not doing interviews?
I don't know. At some point, you gotta just not take the higher road.
Right? He could make a lot of money. I bet somebody would give him
just like my ex said he did.
$100,000 for an interview.
I mean, if I were him, I'd do it for free, just for talk about karma now coming back.
Oh God,
that's worth it, just right there.
Good, that would be so good. All right,
3712. She's crying, trying to get tears out.
Her and Cody are wearing matching shirts here, by the way.
Spine of concrete and steel. She's been
yes. That's one thing I think about Robin. She's really got a spine of concrete and steel. That one.
Strong woman. Strong woman.
Yeah. Don't fuck with Robin.
No,
she can handle anything.
I mean,
nothing's gonna phase her.
She never crumbles.
No.
Never.
No. She's passed that on to her kids.
Yeah.
That I sold her
3734
for a lot longer. But I keep trying to go, let's move on. Let's let this go. Let's just tell ourselves and believe it. Because I believe it now.
I keep seeing stuff. Nikita says here, I keep seeing things on our Facebook group that people are talking about these More to Love episodes.
Yeah.
Where can I watch that?
Yeah. Tell us.
Can I watch that?
I think we may have to catch it on TLC.
You would need a DVR. Is it on Max?
I don't know. Yeah, let us know in the comments. where we can find
Yeah.
those? Because
And
I
if
don't
there's
have
any
them
good
either.
stuff, you guys, because me and Jody don't, I don't think have access to that. So if anything
Yeah.
comes up on those things, please, like Facebook message and
Okay, let's see.
Messenger.
They're only available if you have the live TV access.
Okay, well, if
Oh,
anything good happens,
boo.
please let us know, guys. We will talk about it.
And the UK and Australia get more in their episodes.
Yes, there was a scene of the Jenga scene from the UK that was longer and even more excruciating to watch, where like Brianna was like, did you watch this? It's on our Facebook page. Brianna's trying to get out of Jenga, and Cody's like all up in her face, like, don't mess up Brianna, don't mess up Brianna, don't press up Brianna. And it was just like, and it wouldn't stop. And there's a lot of fake laughing and Solomon and Areola, and just like it was just way worse, longer. Extended.
Gross. Okay, so we're saying Dish has More to Love. Philo has them. They broadcast on TLC.
We don't got it, babe.
Interesting. Okay, we'll keep our eyes peeled. All right,
Yeah,
3744.
Meant to be. It was never meant to work. We had children together. We gave life to these children. These children can have a great life, just not with a mom and dad that are together.
Okay.
Larry told Cody she wasn't going to do Christmas with us this year.
It's subtitles in this whole thing.
Oh.
Cody. You know, overall, when I look at what our family has been and looking at what it is now, it is very sad. And, you know, when you find out that your husband just really didn't love you, nor did he with many of the other wives in the family, it's like, well, you know, I'm sad that it's come to this, but like, why did it take so long to come to this? Why did it even start if this isn't something that he was interested in, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I love my kids.
I love my kids, she says.
And so I need to make sure they still have a holiday that's special and
Oh
sweet.
my God.
This is
Just
so
hit me
weird.
hard that I just don't get to have the perfect Christmas.
Oh, fuck off with your perfect
No,
Christmas, you
shut
little
the fuck
princess.
My family's not here.
How old are you? They haven't been there like the last 5 years. What are you talking about?
No, it's the first year, Jody. That's what they keep saying.
Oh God, remember this
it
Christmas?
just showed the
The liquid bronchitis just dripping down the interior of the windows.
patient 0 of COVID.
And
in
Janelle was like,
2013.
that's when Mary slid
Beat
into the side of the house. They have Christine like baking in the kitchen. She's like, was that Mary?
I think, and they all do like the pajama party where they're walking around in the pajamas that Mary made.
Yeah. No, it's because she wants her kids to still be little and have a perfect, special, sweet Christmas. Like, come on. Grow up. Ugh.
This cheek keeps blazing red.
Oh, I get that too. You probably didn't eat. Like if I don't eat for like a long time.
I promise I ate. I think I didn't eat. That's not what it is.
3916. We're almost there.
Right.
What we had, or all of us were together, those are some pretty fun Christmases.
Oh,
you know, we all sat down, they opened their presents one at a time, and we had certain foods for Christmas, and it was just really fun. And it just feels like now that, especially with the big changes in family dynamic, it's time to do something a little bit different. It's time to create some new traditions.
Yes.
And some new things to have fun with.
Yeah,
and some new
all the kids are
ways
grown
to
too.
That have nothing to do with how things used to be. And
yeah, exactly. Your kids grow up. You make new ones no matter what.
For me now, my prayer was just like, save me and Robin. I have this wonderful relationship with her. The pain of this experience has caused much trouble in our own relationship.
Good.
It's been a real struggle. So
I love to hear it.
And pray that we just manage it, that we save our marriage, that we save us, we save the special that we started out with.
Ugh.
I have a question. Me and my mom were talking about this. I'm going to try to be sensitive about how I ask this. If Robin left Cody, what does Cody end it all?
No. Too much of an ego.
What the fuck does he do though? What does he do?
I think he would he would be wearing a lot of he would do like a John Gosselin did.
Oh,
he would start wearing a
okay.
ton of Ed Hardy. He's cruising the casinos. Probably like calling up his TLC buddies who work there and like asking how he can get Radar Online to show up and take photos of him with his hot new girlfriends. He would go off the deep end like that. He's not going to end it all because
he would go his online dating. He would just go search the list of people that were at the insurrection and find the women.
Oh, for sure. And he's going to get he would be the biggest idiot because I could see like some young, dumb, 20 something is like, okay, let's go on a date with this guy. And he would not get that they're making a joke of you. They don't really like you. He'd be a huge joke.
Well,
yeah, he'd buy a motorcycle. He would do all the cliche divorce guy things.
Yeah. He already has the sports car. He was already planning for this years ago. The sad thing is that women have come far, pretty far, especially watching Mad Men. We've kind of come far, but there's still women David Eason has a current girlfriend. So women will still date because the thought of a woman being single there's no worse fate. So yeah, he would probably easily find someone. That was kind of a dumb question that I asked.
Okay, we're getting a lot of things in the comments like booze and boobs. He'd run away, start all over. Black Swan says no, narcissists don't typically do that. He would have a nervous breakdown though. Oh, for sure.
What's a passport bro? Ginger Snap said Cody would become a passport bro. What does that mean? Just going all around the world?
Yeah, and maybe go to Thailand or Ukraine, mail order bride.
I was just gonna say, do you think he would? What's the? Would he go to Filipino dating sites,
like a love tour sort of thing? Where where you go there, then you go visit them. I could see that.
It could be a 90 Day Fiance situation. God, he'd be great on 90 Day Fiance.
I could see him maybe starting a new church.
Oh, on Big Love. What if he did what I'm back on this Philippines thing because I'm thinking of Big Ed, but what if he met Rose, of Big Ed and Rose, and went to the Philippines and he was with a woman who actually challenged him and called him out like that? I would love to see that dynamic.
He would get scammed. He would instantly get scammed. Actually, you know what? I could see him going on a Dr. Phil talk show circuit.
Dr. Drew. I think Dr. Drew would be you did everything right, Cody. It's these women.
Yep. Yeah.
Dr. Drew's best friends with Heather McDonald, and that's all you need to know.
I don't see Robin ever leaving him, though. I just don't see it.
But I think Robin would leave if someone else came along and took her away. She would never leave to be single, but if there was another man lined up.
I think she knows where the bodies are buried, and he knows better that he couldn't.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see.
Okay. All right.
It sounds like a fucking nightmare at their house right now. God, the energy in that house.
Experience of breaking up.
I'm just so heartbroken.
40-30. Oh, God.
The only thing that keeps my head above water. The only thing that keeps my head above water now are just prayers.
God, I had to look up at the subtitles for that one.
I just had to take a moment and feel it and process.
It's Christmas. Who cares? It's a day. It's no different than any other day. You're a grown up.
Have a happy face and make it beautiful and make it special. And I owe that to my kids.
You don't owe anything to your kids at this point. They've gotten enough.
Gonna struggle and it's just not what I expected my life to be. And
oh my God.
You live in a $2 million mansion. It's not what I expected my life to be.
Yeah, exactly. What more do you want? You selfish monster.
Let it go. God. Is it Richard all of your Yes!
Oh, look who's in front screaming. Aurora.
Aurora, weird.
Next
time, let's see what's coming up next week.
There's absolutely no way, shape, or form I would choose to spend Christmas with them. I'm 50. I know what I want. I know what I had before.
So you think this is long term?
Yes. We have said the magical words to each other. He did say it first. I said it right after, though.
So I'm excited to where this is going to be going to.
You know what really sucks? It's not divorce that sucks, it's marrying the wrong person.
What sucks is marrying the wrong person and not having the decency to tell her until 32 years later.
He did kind of tell you,
I
Mary.
wish I wouldn't have ever married her.
See, I would almost say like that's probably out of context, but with Cody, it's probably not out of context. He's saying,
Let's hope it's out of context, because otherwise that makes no sense. You would never have this polygamous family if it weren't for Mary. You wouldn't have Robin. Okay, well, I like had change of scenery. I've disclosed information. We've gone on a journey with the Brown family.
Yeah.
Anything else, Amanda?
No, I'm gonna go splash a whole bunch of cold water on my face, change into something that isn't hot. I think that's why my cheeks are so red.
They don't look red at all, I promise.
It's like I've been sober for 9 months now. I should at least be able to not have fucking red cheeks.
No, it's like our hair, where it looks completely different than what you're saying. They don't look red.
I'm gonna look like a supermodel when I look in the mirror right now.
You are a supermodel.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, check out Patreon, our merch store, all that good stuff. All those links are on the page. Smash that like, leave a comment when we're done recording. It just helps the weird YouTube algorithm. You can just say hi, bye,
And
whatever.
Please go subscribe to Pod and the City. Please.
You guys are so funny.
You, like Robin begged Janelle for a relationship when it was too late.
You guys are the best. Do you want me to hit the outro, Amanda?
Yeah, Walter, do you want to come over here?
Oh,
He's
yeah,
mad at
get
me.
Walter and whiskey. Oh, okay.
Whiskey's
Well,
down in her
next
crate.
week, same time, same place, Mondays, noon Central.
I'll hit it.
Check it all out.
Yeah. Hey,
Love you
Aurora, if you're
guys.
listening, and Dave, you're all adults. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
I said I would hit it. Well, guys, it's been a blast. Thank you so much for joining us today on our We Love to Hate Everything channel. Please do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Give us a like or even a comment, and click on that bell if you want notifications, because you never know when we might pop up and go live. Please check out our other 2 podcasts on Patreon, where we snark on even more TV, movies, and pop culture. We got Total Request Podcast, that's patreon.com/trpod, and We Love to Hate TV, patreon.com/Love to Hate TV. Thanks again, and we will see you next time.